Yo, what's up, boys? What's up? What's up?
Kind of pulled out for this match here. TXD are
going on,
starting
gamers
on the attack. Now, once again, I like this for them because TXD, again, they're good at the vehicle game. The fact that they're going to be starting a little bit of a leg up, they're going to start with that helicopter,
what's going on?
And they're going to start with that tank destroyer. So, you know, already kind of starting up like that against TL, I think is going to be a little bit favorable. Let's talk about how TL are probably going to play the defensive side of this. We saw them against the Anai. They instantaneously use that LAV vehicle.
All right.
To just sit.
Are we watch partying the grand finals, the Delta Force 200K Invitational? It's a 20v20 warfare tournament. Over 100 plus teams apparently competed to try to get here. This is LAN. This is like real shit, okay? This is real gaming occurring. We're gonna watch party it with Mr. Otter. That's right. What's up, dude?
You know, it's all good. Just got a mild fever. That's one day.
Yeah, I saw you tweet about that.
And ATX has been in every single game that TXD have played.
I think we just kind of finished up
so
the
this is a winners final.
you know, finish up Elite Series, and then I think my brain just kind of my body
it just ended.
Reasons why.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, you've done what you need to do.
As per the usual, we gotta keep our eyes out for our sub.
It's rough. Do you know if the games have started? Actually,
kind of lock in and show the world.
I got the stream up already. They're locked in. They picked maps.
Potentially, if we get the win
Okay.
on a winners finals team,
What's the stream? Is Delta Force?
That's right.
Player could be a huge difference maker. We'll keep an eye out for VK as we hop into the game. But that is a good
Delta
shout.
Force
Talk
game.
about nerves, man. We're on
Underscore
day
game?
4 of a
I
LAN
didn't get a
competition.
link,
You could
so I
sit
have
to
no
win
idea.
Delta Force game official.
win,
All one word.
Perfect. And you got to
All
step
one
up
word.
onto the stage at winners finals. Stakes literally
Have to fit
could
the
be higher.
official in there.
Into the grand finals later today.
Yeah.
And you
Gotta know it's the right one.
That's
I
right.
think it is also important.
This is an actual lab. It's in.
Yeah, I know.
Vietnam?
It is a LAN. This is in Vietnam.
But good thing for TL and TXD.
I could have been there actually, but it didn't work out.
In the winners bracket, we didn't see them at all yesterday.
As a competitor or like
yeah, of course, they
on
played
stage?
Day 1, played day 2,
Ooh,
but day
okay.
3,
Yeah,
they have
the
a little
elite-
bit
the
of
elite
a
series
rest
kinda, you
day.
know.
So both of these teams
Yeah.
should be well rested.
It's all right though.
For the future right here, of course, one of these teams
So this is the. You fill me in here if I'm missing something. I believe this is the finals.
Lower bracket.
Yes, today's grand finals. $200,000 20v20.
So we'll have to keep that in
It's gonna be
mind
sick.
as we continue on throughout the
I think it's
day as
crazy. 20v20.
It's-
I was just thinking about the logistics for that. Sounds.
It's probably insane. I mean, having competed in the Battlefield, I mean, I can tell you just even like 8v8 is pretty nuts. You got to separate comms and everything.
Time as we see some of our players celebrate.
Yeah,
ready,
and 20 is
excited.
like.
That's a lot.
Whole different level.
Is the volume all good, chat?
So we can raise the quality. There we go.
The vehicle operator.
Volume all
Is there a
good?
crowd here? Small crowd,
But I
maybe?
think oftentimes that score commander is just about
They haven't
how
panned to the
well
crowd, so I don't know.
balls are executed on. So
I can see they have
I'm gonna keep an
the
eye out for it.
dividers
If
in
there's
place.
wasted
Or
score,
the
that could be
production
the
team, I
difference maker
assume.
here in the upper bracket finals.
One thing that I actually just realized, taking a look back at some of our past matches there, we kept talking about how we saw TL on Threshold and how TXD could actually use that
Match
information to
12,
kind of
game
get a leg
1.
up.
Apparently,
TXD,
over
I totally
100
forgot, they also
teams
played on Threshold.
competed
That was
to
when we got
actually get
back-to-back
here.
Threshold yesterday, right?
Yep.
TL
Okay.
versus DMN, that
So
was
this is
Threshold.
like the
TXD versus
culmination of
RLF
many
on day number
many
2.
matches.
We're both Threshold.
Yeah.
So both
Just
of
like
these
online
teams are
quals
actually
tonight,
pretty
so-
equal
Yeah.
in terms of being able to see what the team.
Looking at these
is
guys'
kind of gonna be
setups,
able to
you know?
expect
Yeah.
coming
That
into
guy's
this match.
spacebar is coming
Look, I
off of
think
his
it's also,
keyboard. Did
like,
you see
let's
that?
talk about some of the big
No, I didn't see it.
That guy's
that
spacebar
happen
needs to be
during
repaired,
individual
bro.
games. I think the main
Oh, wait, I see that.
thing-
Yeah, you're a little bit ahead of
Top
me.
right-hand corner of your screen, by the way,
No,
we're
it's
about to hop
preference,
into the
man.
game.
Get this man a
Monitors,
keyboard.
they're
He can't
loading
play the
units,
game.
Selecting their operators, they're making sure they select the right commander, and we're getting into Victory Unite. One quick thing here about Threshold, there's going to be a lot of emphasis at the start of this game on that lob. The defense starts with an anti-aircraft vehicle, and the attack starts
So
with
there's
a
a crowd.
helicopter.
There is a
and
crowd.
destroyer
There is a
and
crowd.
an assault vehicle. So really important feature of the defense to keep that lob
I don't know any of
alive.
these. Are
And
these
the
words
attack,
like
oftentimes we'll
Asian
see a
words, maybe?
strike force go
TL?
What was that?
very early to allow that helicopter free reign. If helicopter gets free reign,
And I was thinking
means a
about
ton
the
of value
teams,
for the
like
attacking
are these
team.
Asian
Maybe
words
even all the way to
or
point C, because the
I
defense
assume
can't even
so.
set up on the crane because
TL
they're
I've
losing the
never heard
aircraft
of.
battle. So
Yes,
for the airspace
I
battle,
imagine
so
some of them are
keep an
like
eye out for
they might. Some of them
last
might not even
quick
be
note
orgs. I
before
imagine some of
we
them
into the game.
would just be
Maybe
like,
you're just
you know,
tuning
maybe
in
they
for
had
the grand
jerseys made for
finals.
this.
I
Or
do want to remind you,
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah.
are playing our competitive.
I gotta copy this guy's
tournament
settings. Hold on.
servers. We had the 6-map pool we talked
Oh, they didn't
about.
give me enough
There's
time.
also one patch behind, so we're a Blaze season. And this is Victory Unite. That means you will start with 180 tickets. The commander has an opportunity to earn extra score based on objectives. They can call in things like urgent redeployment, because in Victory Unite, respawn
Alright, we
timers
should be getting
are
into the first
very
game here.
long. So keep that in mind as
Yeah.
we go. And of course, if you've got
Exciting.
questions on paying attention to chat, we'll make sure that we get your questions
Grandmaster
answered.
Godge
It is
casting the
Grand
goat.
Finals day, and we are about
I think he
to
is.
jump into our very first map of our first best.
How much Delta
three.
Force did you
This is
play?
The upper bracket finals.
Uh,
Vivid, the winner here goes straight
I
to the
will
grand
pull up my
finals,
Steam and I will
waiting
tell
on
you.
their competition.
Yeah, he's
That's
pulling,
decent.
To the grand
pulling up the
finals.
actual
We saw
hours.
Third place, they take home
Well, I couldn't even find it.
$30,000.
And- oh,
First
yeah,
place
right,
takes home
'cause it's not on Steam.
$60,000.
Oh, no, it is on
How
Steam
you
now.
performed
Yeah,
today
it is on Steam now,
could
but I think I got it,
literally
like,
be a double up.
in the
We
launcher,
mentioned it
whatever it's called.
before. Toxido and XG on
Played the whole
threshold.
thing.
They're going to be starting on the
I
attack
have no idea how
side
many
of
hours I
things.
spent,
A
but
little
I
bit of
spent a
an
decent
advantage
amount
when
playing
comes
it.
to the vehicles
Got it.
To start things
Definitely not
off.
at this
But
level.
they're going against the Titans. Tang Long. They have impressed everybody that is tuned in so
Alright, the
far.
Tang Long Titans are
EVGA.
apparently
This one
the favorite
is
in this
going
match,
to
so
mean a lot. So much
see if they
on
pull
the
out.
line here
I'm really
on
interested
the
to see like
final
20v20
day
coordination
of our
here,
event here.
because that's not easy to do.
I am getting very, very excited how Threshold is going to go. 3 total sectors. The first one there, A, it's going to feature 1 flag. We've seen teams play this very, very
we
differently.
go.
Folks, we are in.
Game
Oh, yeah.
one of the upper bracket
I
finals.
remember
Starts
this
off with a bang.
vividly
We got
from just playing the
attack
game.
again, as per the usual, straight at the point.
The attackers have to push up to this wall on the right. That's one of the only safe areas here. And the defenders are gonna peek a bunch of different like doorway cracks, and they're gonna sit in this mid area.
In the skies and already harrying the bridge, but we've got a strike force from the attack trying to take over this high ground position. This is a classic start.
Oh, man, this is
classic
chaotic.
flow. Let's see who's
Yeah,
gonna
this
be.
is gonna be.
Instantly, though, I'm seeing the kill feed. It's lit up right now. The
Oh my
helicopter
God,
is running
bro.
some early
What are they
valuable
using?
egg there, doing
Okay,
great
guy's got,
work
like,
as the
SMG
pilot.
45
Remember,
out.
We kind of talked about it already. The LA
The staples.
or TL is going to be sitting very far back. Its only job right now is to suppress that helicopter. I am seeing early value already out of the helicopter, which kind of worries me. But look at this. This is an early push into the palace.
So
I
these
have
are the
never
healing
seen
smokes,
a
right? Those are
team
still off in.
walk into the
Yes,
palace
yeah, so if
this
you shoot the
fast.
smoke, it
And
turns
that
green and it
progression
heals
bar
you.
Right there on sector A, it is
Yeah.
The attackers have
all
cleared the
red.
mid area, so they're gonna have huge pressure on this now, and they get to basically shoot them in the side. They probably lost this point unless they have an insane retake, which I mean this tank is not gonna let happen.
Tank Destroyer has just about cleared out the point. So we got a lot more red on the point than maybe we were expecting this early into the game, and plenty of medics to make sure they stay up. Quick look at the operators. We're seeing just about every operator you can think of. Some folks
They're really
even
using that
down
healing
to the
smoke, huh?
flanks. Here we go, a big fight on the inside of the palace, playing around these
So I guess it makes
respawn
sense.
beacons. This
A lot
could
of
be
people.
huge win for
Nice
TXD.
AoE.
We maybe said that TL was the favorite, but TXD is
Couldn't even
starting
imagine
out
how I would, like-
so hot.
What an incredible
That tank
push.
is a
Like I
sat
said,
in that
I've
back
never
doorway
seen
the
a
whole
team
time.
hit that backside of the palace so fast, so aggressively.
pressuring him.
It looks like literally
But I was
all
thinking, like,
21
I don't think I
tools on the
would
ground
even
right
know
there
how I
for
would, like,
TXD
approach this
are
if I
in that
played it.
palace. They've
There's
actually
just
pushed
so
up.
much
It
to
kind of looks
track,
like they're
40
the
people.
ones defending
There's
A
just
now.
no way.
It's
and kinda
the
waiting
flow
for
would be
TL to
pretty
push for
predictable
them.
because if you
It's
saw like
all
the way they
red.
pushed that, they
TXD
pushed
make
right and then they
great
pushed
work
mid,
of
and then once they
sector
cleared
A,
mid, everyone
regrowing,
rushed into
and
the right
all of a
building.
sudden,
So
TL
in
Yeah.
comms, they're probably
early
all just like
on,
following each other
2
there.
minutes
So
is all
That
it
makes more
took.
sense.
And now they're sending a squad left, and the rest are focused. I guess this initial push.
Over to B1 and B2, TXD, nice with a huge advantage. We've got a strike force going around the flank on the far side of our screen, and then we've got our main.
The defense has to know they're like
yellow
wide
tanks.
on this flank, no?
Choke point to B1.
Surely we've scrimmed
Classic
this.
Flow yet again from TXD. I told you they are systematic and strategic.
They-
Right now, they are
they're just
winning
giving them that
this
space over
game
there.
in TPP. The hero playing flank here on the far right-hand side, playing down below, does get traded out. I don't imagine.
So how do you beat this? This high ground is really strong, isn't it? The yellow.
That's too predictable.
Yellow tarp?
From TL. There's no way they let that one.
So
Yeah, quick reminder as well. The defensive objective.
At least in
is to
pubs,
complete
from
all
my
of the tickets
experience,
on
you
the side
kind of
of
want to
the
take the
attack
back
100,
point, which
even
forces
just
them to
the
push off
maximum
of
that you start
the
with.
front point a
They
little.
do
So
replenish
maybe, I don't know,
at a
maybe it'll
rate
be the
of
same in comp. We'll see what they
60
do.
Every time you capture a sector. As you can see, TXD, they went back up to 180 after capturing Sector 8. They only lost 4, granted, but they do replenish there a little bit. Now, a little bit of a stalemate here. A big objective on Threshold for the attacking side.
This flank squad is basically like 1v1ing another squad over here, and they're winning this. They're winning this fight. Yeah, so they took that whole left side. Now they're gonna back cap.
Getting your vehicles through that garage is very hard because it's its tunnel where rockets find value easily. But as you can see here, the tank destroyer is already actually through that garage, and they love to go over here into this little corner to try to hide away. But look at this, Goge. Another aggressive push by the boots on the ground of
TXD guys are psycho so far. I don't like it.
Very long in any match.
Starting it down.
B2 is the big test of merit here for the attack to see how efficient they truly are. I haven't seen anything called in from either team. We've only been playing for about 4 minutes. So far, so good. If you're a TXD fan, they're gonna take.
I wonder why they're.
B1
I wonder.
is
Did you see the
set that
defensive
up
tank?
with
He's all the way in this
respawns,
spawn. I wonder why he's back
and they're
there. Does he have like an
lined up
angle all the way
defense.
through, or?
Lank's gonna go in and play spoiler here from TL.
I wish we could see him for a bit longer,
Quickly
too.
aim Bobo, trying to play backup.
Maybe he's
Holding the
expecting
shipping
like a
containers
rush
on
or
this
something.
Close side of our screen as a current. You see the strike force going
Okay,
in
well,
from the
he's
B2
back
side
up
on
in
the
space
far
now.
side. You see, I think that's Keto.
It is
and
2v1 in terms of tanks, though, isn't it?
Trying to move in.
No, okay.
Seems like
Finding
it.
actually a little bit of value here with the tank destroyer.
The other
being
one's a
much more
transport
active
vehicle.
Actually around B1 to try to secure this point for the respawn.
Oh, they do have a heli though.
So far, so good for the attack. Tank destroyer needs to stay alive. As per
They're
usual,
rolling.
it's going to be Zomba operating it and just harrying these infantry so the attack boots on the ground can actually push forward. And we've got an urgent deployment, the first of its kind called.
Look at this
in
sweat
already.
tank fight. Are you serious? This
Maybe a bit of
angle is
desperation
sweat.
play to make sure that we keep up our advantages, or at
So I guess
least
they did have
hold
a-
on.
Tank
Did have
almost
the
died though.
B2 we
He might still
have.
die here.
This is not the same TL we're
Oh,
used
it's
to seeing,
close.
and that's what I thought. The defense calling this in urgent redeployment. A great name for it. because
Just
this
gets
is an
out of there.
Urgent time to redeploy onto B2 to make sure you don't get steamrolled. We have to stop this momentum if we're a TL fan.
Now, we've seen this previously. Just yesterday, actually, on Threshold, we saw a team get B1
The momentum
very
has
early
stopped a
on,
little bit for them
and then
here.
B2 was actually held for the entirety of the rest of the game, right? So the defense actually won in that scenario. The caveat being is that the vehicles were able to come in for the defensive side of things. TL, they still have that lob that they start the match with, but if they have to start investing that lob onto holding B2, as you can see, it's actually already getting in the mix on B2.
Whooping them.
They know they're going to need that vehicle to actually hold B2.
A respawn
But
beacon is
now
huge.
That LAV is not working on the helicopter. It's not going to be suppressing the helicopter. The helicopter needs to start finding value if Toxido and XG want to start pressing their advantage.
That's a great breakdown. The helicopter can be a huge value add. We've seen high degrees of variability on how much value we're getting from a helicopter here on Threshold. We are
Is there a
seeing
way they can get
crazy amount
behind the
of value
tank here, or?
from the attacking vehicles, though. Look at the line.
Talking about the
they've
attackers
been
getting
tank
behind
is
the
sitting in
tank?
the back.
Jeez.
No, I don't
That thing is
think
just
that.
really impossible for them to
It's
move
gonna
up.
be a big moment
I don't
here.
think they
There's
can.
so
They can
many
actually
lives.
flank
TXD's
that.
doing
They might be
such a
able to
good
push
job
through
of
like
picking up
far
revive.
right
They've lost
side, if I remember correctly, with the
No, that's
boundaries
not
on this
bad.
map.
28
But
over the
I
course
mean,
of,
they're just getting
5
held.
minutes that they've
So
been in the B sector, which is really not very much at all. Again, you don't see this as an offensive success until sub 120, and Lav is very low.
Oh, they did.
Reload would have come in
Oh my
from
God,
far
it's one.
side. One Allure rocket
Oh,
fire.
it's gonna die
Doesn't
here.
even have engineers.
He's
Takes
gonna
sure
run it
it's
down
not
for
by
it.
angle, but they're playing Do-si-do, ring around the Rosie, able to stay alive.
Found him.
No.
Yep,
found
he killed him.
Lob
Dude, he
down.
ran. He actually ran it down for that
Great
kill.
communication
That's
there with
crazy.
Tank Destroyer. Somebody must have came in on the communication side of things in the mic, went ahead and called out, hey, listen, that LAV is very low. Instantaneously, the Tank Destroyer went ahead and pressed the advantage. Now, again, like I mentioned, B2 is almost only ever held when there are vehicles on the point. The LAV there going down on the side of TL is just screaming for it to be taken right now. 2 vehicles available, urgent deployment on the side of TXD. They are just sweeping the floor with TL early on here on Threshold.
Once that tank went down, it's just easy for them to push in point. All that pressure's gone.
Deployment from the attacking side. This is a lot of bonus to be able to respawn on near instantly. It is an investment of lives to do so, but it is certainly worth the price. A nice try at a regain here from the defense. They've been able to get back to the point and push back these vehicles. I think this is actually a decently safe play and a nice play from TL to push up and push back the attackers.
That Allura rocket, that one connected right there. The tank destroyer is actually
I can't
down.
believe they retook
Incredible
this.
effort from TL to finally stop the blue
I thought the
team.
fight was just done.
They had such a big
You're right, yeah,
disadvantage
no, I agree,
when it
actually.
was down
I
to
actually
the
cannot
team.
believe they
Finally,
retook
they
that.
were able to bounce
Holy
back
shit.
just a little bit, get something working on their side of things, and we've actually seen this before go just well, right? This assault vehicle able to drop.
This is fucking cinema. Like, what? This turn, this is actually nuts for the first game. Hold on.
Allows every single member of the team to spawn right there, right in front of B. We saw some incredible pushes from other teams on this map. We have prioritized destroying that assault vehicle, but the fact that TL were barely able to get that tank destroyer down, I'm not entirely sure if they're going to be able to press towards that assault vehicle, which is why you continuously see the flood here from TXD.
Yeah, nice respawn beacon on to the point. I can't imagine it lasts all that long. It's kind of out in the open. Romania's marked this objective, most likely this objective, for a take. Could have marked B1 for a
they're making their
hold,
way.
just to assuredly get some score. Again, that's
Becoming a bit of a
so valuable
standstill now,
for
actually.
redeployment.
Yeah.
And of course,
The,
all
the attackers got to be real careful with this. They can
Again,
easily drain way too many
resilient in
tickets
their
here
own
and then
right,
just
been able to hold on to this point.
just
They
lose.
can retake B1 as
Back
well,
to
right? I don't know if
Again,
they
we
would.
saw a couple vehicles for them. Those were
It's just
ATVs.
safer to
Those were
trade
to
the
get to
tickets,
point
but-
faster.
If the defenders
Now
get
they
any
feel
sort of
comfortable
breakthrough
doing it.
on
See that
the
now on
left
overload.
side with like
From bottom
numbers,
side of the attack,
they might be able to
and
push to
that
B1,
helicopter in the air,
but
is
it's probably not
doing
worth
whatever
it.
wants on the map.
Oh my god. Okay, the heli just got taken out.
My goodness. A couple well-placed rockets. I'm not sure if that was a Luru plus maybe an 18-4 shot.
Heli down is
It was
huge.
perfectly lined up.
But they're still
With
losing the
talk
point
about a game
fights?
changer, folks. B2 is about to falter. Helicopter down. Lil Egg was doing so much work in that heli, and they line it up. They knock it down, and they are trying to retake B2 here.
Super rare to see any aerial vehicle go down to the works of some rocket launchers from the ground. As you can see, another vehicle battle going in favor of TL. Urgent redeployment is being
Oh,
pulled
he
on
just
both
he just
sides.
pushes in here for
No,
free.
it's gone,
Full
man. There's no
control
way.
of TXD right there,
Oh,
but
maybe?
because they did not go down to the helicopter, because the vehicles were actually
No, this is-
on in,
they
were
hold.
able to roll
They hold again.
over all of the boots
No
on the
way.
ground of TXD.
The push and pull of this is
Somehow
actually
bounced
nuts.
back.
We got 777 driving
The
this
attacker
line
vehicle, I
with
think,
bodies
didn't have
for
APS.
top assist
The defending
players.
vehicle did have
Iron
APS,
Man
pushes in,
assisting
invulnerability,
in
just
that
bursts it,
engineer role here.
retakes the point a
777
second time,
active.
road kills 3
777
people,
battery
what the
hook,
fuck?
And we have completely retaken B2.
That's what hard
Talk
carry
about
looks
a
like.
This is just-
gigantic momentum shift. I'm not sure
This guy is my dad, what?
Which team the crowd is going for. I think they're here for a dang good time, and we're certainly finding it right now as Lanks getting extremely aggressive, taking down the assault vehicle, and they are pushing that line.
Oh, they're
all
actually
the way
starting
back
to make
towards
some
B1.
ground towards
Yeah,
B1.
they might
Still
leak.
not-
They might leak. Yep, they did.
That has been saving them in this attack right now. If
No
you wanna talk about
way.
wins on this map, yes, sure. You want to go ahead and defend this. You want to go ahead and win the game overall. But you want to talk about small victories. Once again, remember, I mentioned the tickets. 60 replenish when you capture a sector right now. So that way you want to be around 120 when you do that. So that way you have max tickets going into the next sector. We're at 90 right now. So
Yeah.
effectively,
How
if
do
they were
they,
to capture B2
how do they
right
decide
now,
who
they
wins
would
the
go
match?
into C with 30 less than is the max.
Well-
Is there like a
But you
time
mentioned it, this
component to
line,
it?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
like,
yeah.
you have left
TXD
for-
had pushed all the way up to B2. Now,
Like area
all the way
progressed
back
on the
into
map,
B1,
time, and all
you've got
that.
So much space to
Oh,
make
okay.
up.
So let's say both of the teams
Big
finish the
pickup
map.
from
It's like,
vehicles,
I can assume you have
well
one
earned by
attacking
the
side and one
attack. They've
defending.
scored.
Yeah.
Now they've got the
Then
advantage
it's whoever
yet
did
again.
it
They need to
better.
use these vehicles effectively, not
Like
get too aggressive.
old
Take a
Overwatch
look at what's
format,
happening
I
over
guess.
here, though. You can see 3 players from the
Payload.
defensive side waiting on another vehicle of their own.
Bad
They've
example,
gotta match
actually.
some of that
But I know
firepower.
that was like a
You
thing
know
for a
how
while.
valuable these
Common
bombs can
format in
be
esports, I guess.
inside, and tank destroyers inside of B2. They may drive all the way in, pending they can get one of these vehicles down. I think it's going to come down to a strike force. I don't think they sacrifice both these lobs by full sending the tank on the outside. We need to see an infantry engineer strike.
I'm
force
actually-
go out
I'm really
for
impressed with
play,
the vehicle
and of course
players.
The attack's going to be waiting on that.
Tank destroyer trying to get active right now.
But I think,
Right through
find
B2.
it
That was
interesting
just
the
a
way
little
they're
bit of
driving.
a
It never occurred to me that
drive-by,
you would
seeing if they could find any
drive like
value, but
that.
I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah,
back
they-
and
my hopes
forward,
right
like
now for
Yep.
the push from TXD
It is
They stay up
all
for
but
so
burnt
long
out,
because
in my
of it.
opinion. The fact that 2 LAVs are available on the point right now.
This tank might have
it's
overextended
so
here,
rare
actually.
to see this
And his
work out.
teammate,
That was
oh my god,
such
his
a
teammate
great
peeks.
maneuver right there.
Oh,
Excellent
dude, the
777
teamwork here is actually
LAV
really good.
very low. The other
He
LAV
overextends,
stepped
his
in
teammate's
front, a little bit
tank
of a peek
peeks
kill.
to
78
block
Cat
damage and take the
making
1v1 and
plays.
fucking burst the other tank down. And then he
Perfect
pushes out in the open like a maniac and kills them. Holy shit. It kills them both!
78 Cat, he can do it
That is
all.
crazy.
Vehicle operator, commander, retaking the point and saving the life of his team.
Dude, like, I'm actually impressed.
Unbelievable play from the commander. There's a reason he is the MVP of this team over and over and over again.
The momentum swing happened. And
Yeah,
man,
that's
did it
some high
happen
level
hard. The bottom of your screen, the little overlay.
Teamwork for sure.
That was actually- that was good.
Actual switching on the tanks, like that is.
TXT. They had 4 available
crazy.
right there. They pushed in. The defense from 78 Cat turned into an offensive.
Yeah, they don't. They're
push.
probably gonna
They were
lose on
able
the
to
sector
destroy
here.
4
Even if they
vehicles
cap, they only have
simultaneously.
what was it,
Of course,
120
as we know
tickets
how
now?
it
Because
goes,
don't you gain
the
60
vehicle's
tickets? They
able to
said.
be spawned
So
back in with some score.
180 is max tickets, so they'd be going into the last sector
On
with
the point,
2/3,
like I
so it's
said,
not good.
It's so hard to break through.
This isn't going to be an all-in from the attack yet, but we're getting very close to it. They just called in 2 light tanks. I don't think they've actually called in light tanks yet, so those aren't actually all that expensive. They're probably saving onto some score for either a team strategic beacon or potentially another urgent redeployment. We'll keep our eyes out for that. We do have an artillery strike, but the defense is...
Yo, thank you so much for the subs. I really do appreciate you
all
guys.
the way to
Thank you.
B1. They're actually just going to retake
You want
B1
to
because they
tank surf
can.
left footed.
Hopefully it's not
Wait for
too
nice timing.
aggressive
That makes
of a push,
sense.
but I
And you don't want to
assume they've
overexpose
got
yourself
their
either on
respawn
the tank.
beacons
Like you're a
back by
big,
B2, so they're willing
big
to
metal
give
box,
live
right?
Yeah.
You can't really
up
sit in
at
the open.
B1. Talk about a strike force. I told you.
Oh,
to
that,
watch
look at
out
the
for
squad.
this.
Look at the squad
That-
flanking.
Expected a strike force of
There it
rockets
is.
coming in
Oh,
for the 78
oh
Cat.
shit.
The engineers pop out to keep things
Triple
healthy.
engine,
It's worked
triple
out
rep
well
on this
for
guy is
them.
already almost full
Very well
HP.
executed to save the day
If they
here.
get that
One
fake- if
engineer
they get
goes
that
down.
tank, oh.
They've got- looks
Nope.
like a medic with them, and they're just
Uh-oh.
getting crushed.
While this strike force on the
Yikes.
backside here, and the LAV is forced to kind of back up. 78 Cat
Oh,
is going to
man.
make quick work
Yeah.
of them. But the
Oh, he's just
secondary
going in.
LAV, that's a defense
You-
head,
you
did
have
get
to-
destroyed while this was happening.
So the squads that are running anti-vehicle like that, they'll pull out Hack Claw, and Hack Claw will throwing knife, I think, which disables APS.
It's able to get back into the action,
I think they,
push the
like, maybe they
tank
missed the
back
knife or something, or
off.
the
Right
burst
now,
damage didn't go
slight
through on that
advantage
flank,
on the
so.
side of TXT.
And the tank just, I mean,
As
just
you
rolls
can
them.
see, I believe that they are feeling like they have an opportunity right now, but it's going to be shut down very, very quickly. But the
Valiant
fact that
effort.
TL are calling in the
At the very
urgent
least.
deployment.
Yeah, they feel it too. They feel the pressure right now, especially with a lockdown, vehicle disadvantage. It looks like they're calling in another one right now. They feel it, so they're going to keep bodies on at the point. I will say, by the way, Modius from TL called in his own artillery strike, and I think it showed 3. I saw at least 6 in the kill feed. Dude was putting in work from hell itself with that airstrike over the top.
Yeah.
AG-78 Cat just picks up 6.
I can't
don't know
imagine they
what
lose
he
this
is cooking.
defense
That
here.
must be all the engineers of his opponents, because now 777's going into play for the trade. 777's turn to be the hero. These lobs are near unstoppable here from TL, and they have completely pushed back the fight. They lose one. A nice shot over the top. AG-78 Cat, though, is going to punish his opponent.
getting greedy.
Send him back to the respawn.
Maybe a little
Say,
bit too
good
greedy.
luck against me. You've got 34 lives.
Dude,
Oh, nice work.
Cats
that burst, the burst damage they put out on vehicles is
wants to look
insane.
at B2.
Like-
He no longer wants to defend. He wants to go on the offensive, pushing all the way up there, picking up all of those kills. That's why we talked about on every single squad, we see fraggers, and usually the commander, yeah, does a great job of picking up score, but 78 Cat doing it all
Yo, Sihu, thanks so much for the 100 bits, man. Appreciate you guys. Guys, I'll be live normal today as well. So this is like, you know, obviously this is a bit of a weird one. We're doing a watch together
So actually making a
at
play
1
for
in the
B1
morning.
after all.
But
Just to
I
see
will
if
be
they
live
can
normally
stick
with like BF6 and stuff. What was that?
Certainly not a vehicle advantage.
They're actually making a
either
play
way.
for B1. It didn't really
So
stick
vehicle
there,
here
but
for TXT
Yeah.
to
That could've-
figure out, what do we
they could have
do?
gone really bad. What does that mean if
Stay
they
alive
get
for
the
a moment.
B1 back here? Does that mean they
Trying
only
to
need to
respawn
push?
team in and organize the final push
Get B1?
towards
How does that
B2.
work?
It might work off
like- it
might work off max progress.
It's AG-78 Cat and 777 have regained yet again, both in labs still, both playing very well
They have-
together.
well,
It cannot be understated
they have
how
last
well
vehicles
both those
here.
labs have been able to hold this point. Our commander doing everything for them.
Will they even get there before the tickets?
As the final
you know,
tank
bleed?
comes in for TXT, we need a miracle here in Threshold again, and because we know we need a miracle, We're not going to leave it up to chance. The defense calling an artillery strike to make the push to the point very difficult and putting out a team
Final
strategic beacons
push
so
there.
if anybody falters, they get right
They
back
seem to have a
onto
lot of
the
people on
point
the
and don't
flank
have to
there. If they
move
can
a
make it of a
muscle
play,
before they get back into the fight. It's going to be a
actually
player
pull it off
advantage
this
here for
time.
the defense
Maybe they have a chance.
in a massive, massive
It's
way. As
Jover.
long as they don't make a mistake, this should be a win from TL in map 1.
Yeah, big halt in the effort right there from the attack side, right? They want to reset only 18 tickets, 18 effective lives.
I would be absolutely shocked if this last push actually gets anything done, to be honest. I mean, they just have so much control over this.
It is worth it. The push to B2 has to be calculated.
I mean, they do have numbers, but once these tanks get an
I
opening.
I see a lot of
no.
points, but AG78 Cat, he's looking to end things here. A guided missile is being called in right now.
No.
About 10 seconds before this lands, the attack, they're trying to get off of the point. They want to run with their lives. If this thing lands and blows you up, those tickets are instantly depleted, making contact with the ground. I see a value of 1 right there, but again, it separates the attack. The vehicle goes off of the point, and now the defense is able to push back into B2 and reclaim the space.
Yeah, Zombra smartly backed up, knew that if that missile's landing, it's landing on my head, so I gotta back out of there as the TXD vehicle operator. This is make or break right now in this tank. TXD can't find any value right when it peeks its ugly head. It gets punished, and even if it doesn't peak, it's gonna get pushed by AG78 Cat,
They're really
and it's gonna go down by
tightening it up,
AG78
though,
Cat's
actually.
engineers.
Not bleeding nearly as
Unbelievable
fast
push
as
here
they
from the
were
defense
before.
again to get
Yeah, I'm
aggressive.
actually
And now we're gonna barrel
I'm
stuff our
really
point.
surprised
We trade our
how
own
long they
vehicle.
made 20
Get
tickets
out
last
of
there.
my point. Get out of my lobby. TL will win the map.
Yeah,
there is
they're
no
gonna win this
question
defense
about
here.
it. They need 1 single kill to seal the deal. Unbelievable hold from the defense. A fantastic play from the commander and an overall team effort.
my gosh.
78 Cat adds salt to the wound, takes down 7. They will not be able to be revived. TL go up 1-0 in the winners finals.
Oh, it's actually you just play the map, and if you whoever wins it,
LAV.
like the attackers have to full cap to win.
Able to sit on B2 in that garage with no helicopter for them to worry
Is it
about.
easier to defend or
It was
attack?
all set.
I'd
done.
imagine. I'm thinking about comp. I'd probably
always going to be held once that happened.
I'd probably lean towards defense on some points, but it's down to the map design at some points, right? Because some maps are just inherently super attacker sided, like the first sector, super attacker sided. The defenders really, like, once they lose their positions, it's almost impossible for them to actually regain it. So really depends on the maps.
The play of the game is taking that heli down.
Absolutely.
I gotta see exactly what happened on that. Let's take a look back on some of those replays, because again, TXD, as much as that was a TL game at the end, TXD owned the map all the way up to B2. Again, this A point was almost fully wiped in, I think, 2 minutes. They spent 4 lives. They picked up every revive. They could do whatever they wanted. They take B1.
Flashback to the 5v1 rockets always launch at the end of BF5 matches. Oh yeah, dude. Can you imagine organizing streams with such big teams? The logistics here have to be insane. Like I played some Battlefield 8v8 stuff, and you know, sometimes in 8v8 you have to split comms. 20v20 has to be like multiple different, I'd imagine multiple different comm channels, multiple different teams of people doing different things. Like obviously the vehicle players are going to be communicating with each other. It's got to be pretty intense. And I'll just say one thing.
Insane stuff there.
Delta Force having a LAN for 20v20?
Frustration on the side of TXD.
That's pretty nuts.
Well, I thought we were going to see it.
That's cool.
So good throughout. I was on the same page as you go. I thought we were going to Sector C early on. I was getting ready to.
Nothing beats a real LAN. Dude, I yearn for the day where, like, I get to take the fucking LAN picture, you know, when you're at the monitor on the stage, you know, like, come on. There's got to be some sort of LAN happening.
What we're doing.
Well, this is exactly what I was talking about. Let's take a look at the scores before we get more into the nuance of that game. Of course, AG78 Cat at the top of the leaderboard by a country mile. Via, Country Mile on everybody in this competition. Obviously, as a commander, you earn extra score, but he's doing it all as well. 37 kills, 25 assists, prioritizing vehicle destruction, second in that category.
You know, the kills aren't actually as high as I thought they would be for the vehicle players. I thought it would be like 70 or 80.
Obviously, taking a glance at the revive category for both teams, we see
I guess it's more
Gotta shout out CBBT,
evenly distributed across the board.
75
Yeah.
revives, and plenty of others picking up 40s and 50s. There's a reason TXT was able to hold on for so long and keep so many lives. It just wasn't enough.
Yeah, tough break there, honestly, for TXT. How this is going to work, a little bit of a break here. This is a best of 3, so 1 game down, TL do have the lead. But now they will switch sides on the same exact map. TXT will then be on the defense, and TL are going to be on the attack.
Them doing a LAN for 20v20 is really impressive.
Not been able to back this
Yeah.
up with
It's like
facts from this
really.
event, but typically,
I was talking to my
when
chat,
we
but
do
that's
watch
like.
some warfare,
I don't know if I
it's
can
really
name another
tough
game that would ever.
Take a look at some of the stats right there. 12
Like,
vehicles
what
on
other
destroyed.
game would do that?
TL knows
I'm trying to
right
think.
there. Actually, a plentiful
I have no
amount
idea.
of revives
I was
on
thinking
their
the same
own.
thing, yeah.
A little rare, right, for the defensive side. So,
Yeah,
you know, great work there from them.
I think one of the reasons for that, if you start thinking about the
Is that an
massive
interactive
backflow,
screen?
They're able to pick up crazy amount of revives
Oh, yeah.
on E2.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
So clumped up
Yeah.
that a medic's going to go around and pick up as many people as humanly possible just to keep bodies on the point. It's quite not easy, but fairly easy to do that, especially if you get vehicle advantage. So really well done from the defense there to pick up a lot of revives just to keep bodies
Next
on the
level.
point. There's so many small nuances.
This is
about
Giga
that
Brain
matchup
shit.
that I wanted to highlight. Again, the air superiority is the obvious one. The helicopter's such a game changer if left unchecked. It was left unchecked. They did lose the lob. It got too aggressive trying to take down the vehicle landing, and TL was ready for it. I think really it goes back to what we talked about. At
The
top
the
of
jawline on the guy on the right could like
TXT
cut
is a
stone. I
very
think. I don't
good,
know.
Yeah.
systematic
Like this guy.
team.
This
They
guy's a
have a system, they
generational
have a
jawline.
plan,
Like
and
what
they are
the
so
fuck?
good at executing upon it. However, TL is on paper, in my opinion, and now by example, a better adapting team. They have great strategy as well, but they were able to adapt to the pressure, make
Kinda
a
reminds
play,
me of, like,
and then flip the script. And once the script was
Traditional
flipped,
sports, I guess, or
TXT
team sports.
couldn't pivot.
I know I've never played them,
I mean,
but from what I've seen with the
Happened
the
in,
team
the
huddle,
blink of an
20
eye.
people.
You've never cut you never
Absolutely
touched
there.
grass
Shout
on
out
her.
to TL for
No, I have not touched
being able
grass.
to overcome the pressure, right? It felt like their backs were up against the wall, and somehow they were able to go ahead and turn that around. Now again, like I was going to say, we like to say sometimes, me and Goj, that warfare, after watching a bunch of it ourselves, usually defensive sided.
Dude,
Usually we like to see
They're drawn on the interactive screen and shit on the map. Like, bro.
not back that statement up at all. Let's take a look at our MVP. Everybody knew it, 78 Cat. The plays that he was making, we saw it in the highlights. We saw it during the game itself. The
It's
small
always the
nuances
vehicle
to
players
be able
that
to
look
pull off
nice,
in that
right?
vehicle
Like, look at him.
aren't even shown.
Just looks like a nice guy. And in the server, he's just annoying as fuck in the vehicle, dude.
The player behind
Just
him on the
always
team.
the case.
It's really impressive score lines. I think, again, when we talk about stats, we've got a bunch of stats here on the page. AG78 Cat outscores everybody by a mile. It's not really close at all. A look at the best squad, I would assume it's his, and that is correct. Really well done from all three of these players. Look at the assist category. These are most likely, we'll have to double check this, I would assume these are his engineers that are going to be playing with him the entire time. So they're picking up crazy assists inside of his vehicle and around his vehicle, repairing that vehicle to make sure they're the top squad. And it's funny because our best squad stat is actually determined by combined score, I believe. And it's funny because they actually don't have great score. It's just that AG78 Cat score drags it up so much.
Probably
that none of the other
shoots
squads
bodies.
compete in the
Crazy.
Score category, but it truly is a team effort, just like to highlight a couple individuals.
Yeah, absolutely. I did see there, actually, in the squad.
You've been binging your Battlefield Experience playlist?
Now, there was very high up on the
There could be
leaderboard
something new on the way. I can't confirm that anyway, though.
in the
I
vehicle
don't know.
construction category.
Can't confirm that.
The highest. I think he had like 82 or something like that.
I'm sure it's the engineer rocket.
Yeah, definitely engineer for sure. So that being backed up by the fact, part
Did
of
it
the
really,
squad
Kron?
there, you do
What
want
map?
engineers to be on your squad, so that way if they do end up going
I didn't
down,
know
it's
that.
time to repair your vehicle.
I was gone all day, but
Spawn back in on you. So great work being done there by the AG squad. pretty easy to distinguish them from the rest of them because actually
Peak.
looking at it
Mm.
on the TL team, they're the only ones with AG in front of the name there. So cool to see that. But again, 1-0 right now in favor of TL. They're going to be on the attack, and this is. I honestly think that TL is a better attacker than a defender. Kind of get a little bit nerdy on you guys at home here. TL, you guys just watched Threshold.
Big strats coming? Bro, we've already seen big strats.
TL, they're going to start with
We've
that
seen
helicopter.
vehicle double
We
peaks.
kept
We've
talking about
seen
that whole
freaking
defensive side that they start
full,
with
like,
the LAV vehicle.
back
Tries
cap
to go ahead
single
and blow
squad
that
pushes.
helicopter. We saw some
It's
incredible plays the last time
you guys
TL
are
played
calming,
Threshold
you know?
where they
You guys are
used
calming
their
hard.
helicopter to actually fly all the way
Like
to
that
the
guy's
back
hair
of the map
clip.
where the defense spawns over top of that LAV that's been pestering them the whole game.
what was that? Oh, the guy's hair clip.
Yeah.
I see it.
Fashion statement.
What is it?
With a bunch of like Allura rockets
like pink.
and every single explosive you can think of, and that LAV
I think it's
was
a piece of
destroyed
sauna.
as soon as B1
It's a piece of what?
for them. So keep an
I
eye
want to say it
out
was like a little
for
plastic,
exactly that.
like, I don't know,
And that's gonna
little
probably
figure or
happen on the
something.
B
I don't know.
sector. We'll have to see if
I mean, it
TFT
was.
prepared for that. The A sector, TL have also used a similar strategy, right? Having somebody jump in that helicopter with the pilot, who's probably going to be 78 cat, and over top of the palace on Sector A, they actually send, again, a paratrooper down, and they kind of come into the palace on the flank side and try to get in that back hallway that we saw TXD take over. TXD did it from the front side. TL probably going to try to do it from the opposite side.
Yeah, and it's also funny too, you know, it's not always the case. It has been the case for I think 2 out of maybe our 8 teams that at least we noticed. AG78 Cat.
Yo, what's up, Pheromonas? By the way, I didn't recognize your Twitch channel. I only know your. I only know Discord.
In advance in some ways because you've got eyes in the skies. He's got a better idea of the entire battle.
Yeah, lands on Delta. Silk. When I tell you, this is a 20v20 LAN, and these vehicle players are sweating, bro. We've seen shit that, like, listen, it would impress you, the vehicle coordination. I'm serious. It's actually, there's sweat happening. There's land sweat happening right now.
Like, you don't want him either place. So it is an interesting conversation. Absolutely want to get that helicopter out of the skies. Frankly, I think mostly you want the helicopter out of the skies for the C sector in particular. Without a helicopter in the air from the attacking side, C becomes a lot more difficult to hold as the defense.
Anders, could you explain the
I was just actually
commander
thinking about
role
it,
for the people at home?
So the commander role is basically a voice that is projected throughout your team on the server, and well, he has a commanding role and can help, like, actually, well, command the squads and tell people different roles and relay information.
The attack side does start
It's
off
pretty
with that
important.
helicopter, so
Yeah, so it's kind of like
that's
a,
an interesting thing to kind of think about.
I guess, overview. Like, do you play the game at all when you're commander, or are you just kind of like looking at a map the whole time?
You do play the game as the commander.
From the one best of 3 that went to game 3,
Yeah.
Ascension
You
was
do.
actually selected. So fun
You
stuff
do
here.
play
Now,
it
as
and
a
you
quick
commander.
reminder,
That sounds
we take a
pretty
look at our audience.
intense, actually.
I think some of
It
us
is pretty
are
intense. You
flying
need
on
to be
camera.
locked in.
We're at a fantastic esports
Yeah.
event, that's why. But I think one of the things too to remember here, folks, this is winners.
Classic
finals.
esports
So
camera
if
showing the
TXT
grill.
is here, they are not out of the competition. This is a double elimination tournament. They will actually drop down to the lower bracket where DNI is waiting. Dead Dog and Idol is waiting for their competition. I'm sure DNI is watching this from the back in the green room, and I think they would probably.
What mouse is that? Let me research.
TXT, but if I know DNI, I know Dead Dog. He's got a lot of respect for both opponents, and it's pretty
Silk,
difficult
I
to fight
mean.
anybody, I'm sure, to earn the crown and the title of champion here at DFIW.
Absolutely. So one of these teams that we see on screen right here are going to have to play back-to-back. And then if they actually win the second match that we'll see them in,
Yeah, 3 in a row.
they're going to have to go again in the championship game, right? So yeah, could potentially see one team play 3 games in a row, which is definitely not common. And in fact, it has not happened at all this event so far. The most we've seen is a back-to-back.
See our players loading in and preparing for the game.
Dude, wait. Are they all wearing matching shoes and uniforms? Are they that locked in?
Are they?
Selected what they need to select. They swap sides. Again,
I think they might be.
TL's attack on Threshold, which frankly has been something out of a movie almost every single time. I think TXD is going to do a pretty good job of holding, though. Again, they're so systems-oriented. I wonder what the conversations are between games, you know? We don't get a chance to listen to all the comms, nor would we understand all of them, I'm sure, but...
I'm analyzing the monitor tilt angle of each player.
Trying to adapt,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, you're actually talking about
So far, I've seen some very questionable monitor distances, and I don't know, just very unique play styles.
I don't see the mouse moving very often, honestly. Seriously, I don't. Like whenever
I don't know,
in
there's-
between these breaks,
There's
they
a
are
reason they're
usually
playing
not
and you're
very
watching.
talkative
I
about
don't know, dude. I mean, listen, I
right here. Put up an absolute incredible yap fest.
I saw some guy looking straight down at his monitor. I don't know what's going on there, but
Rarely happens. Gotta keep an eye on it for me, Goji. You'll see what I'm talking about here.
Okay, sure.
Mendo, like,
Take a look at the top right. Take a look at the
are we
top
seeing the
right.
LAN setup here? Like, this isn't like 5v5. This is 20v20 LAN, bro. This is actually pretty insane. Like,
I wonder how long these breaks normally are. It's not really a timer.
Everybody involved in this substitution because that was one of the fastest substitutions I think we have seen.
Oh yeah, they're loading in. Yeah, that was very fast.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no.
Mendo,
yeah.
I'm trying to decipher if they're so locked in that they're wearing the same shoes. I think they are.
You all know if you're a competitor out there, you know how nuanced things could be about your setup. So nice job there from KKN to hop into the match. Again,
Like, this is
substitution
passion.
1-1. We don't get all the information. Sometimes we do. I gotta say, we've been pretty good about guessing why. But for this one, it's a little bit different. Little egg.
And I know for a fact, one of these guys is playing with a just shattered spacebar. Like, I saw him hit the spacebar, and one side of it completely lifted up off the keyboard. So these guys are completely built different.
Operator, and if there's no heli, then they're not in the game, which is pretty
There's
fun,
so many
but
players in already.
not the
That's
case
crazy.
here. Look at AG78 Cat.
I wonder if that's for like specific roles or maps, or they just
Position tar-
Yeah.
want to give them a chance to play.
I mean, maybe there's some sort of mandatory sub rule for, like, rule set or something.
Nerves couldn't be higher.
Maybe.
Maybe higher, maybe next match, I suppose, for both these teams, but they could be higher in comparison to what we've seen thus far. TXD headed down to the lower bracket if they cannot hold the onslaught that TL has to offer. Some big decisions here of when to give up points and when to hold.
Dude, the between game discussions are like,
Biggest
this is
decisions
like
so
we're
far
at
have been how aggressive do we play
fucking
our
Worlds or
vehicles,
something. Like,
and
they
use
took.
the support systems you earn from the score. Those are game changers and game breakers. Missed times, a waste, the momentum will be too much from their opponent. Here we go. Folks, we are hopping in. I am so ready for it. Again, swapping sides. If you haven't seen this before, you're just maybe tuning in for the grand finals. We're back to Threshold. The attack becomes the defense becomes the attack.
All right, side swap.
Will be the attacking side. Based on our esports observing, you see red, that's going to be the attack no matter what perspective we're on, no matter what camera we're looking at. You see red, that's going to be TL. If you see a sea of red, then that's bad news because TXD may be headed to the lower bracket.
Threshold, we know a lot about Threshold. I highly doubt we will see anything different because we have seen so many renditions of this played. But if any team was going to surprise me in what they do, especially on the attack, TL would be the team that I would pick. Are they going to return back to how they played this map against DNI? It worked then. That was a 2-0. The attack was very...
I want to see how different their strats are,
Yo,
like per team,
loaded
per
into
side.
the game, commander selected. Operator
Yeah.
choice is locked in stone.
But what if it's like a meta
I
thing?
thought TL was Team Liquid, not
Maybe
around
just
these
run
parts,
like
Silk.
same
Okay, not around these
Like, or
parts,
the same
Silk.
macro strat, but then maybe the micro could be like
time around.
slightly
It's gonna be a
different.
lot of the same or a little bit different. Here's the push coming in
Okay.
from the attack.
I want to
TL
see if
puts
they,
the
I want to see a
ball on
full
the
hold
map.
first sector. That would really impress me.
And we are coming in
That
hot
would-
as per the usual.
This sector
The
is
holes in the walls
super
of Palace.
hard to hold because you need to, like, there needs to be no mistakes from defenders.
Exactly the strategy that
You
TL
can't lose
going
mid.
for, so they're gonna going to try to play the flank and try to pick up some in
That guy
transition.
dies from bleed technology? Oh my, I would fucking tilt.
Watch an absolute slaughterhouse happen right there, but no, actually picked up off of that 10 blitz, as you can see here. The fight for the palace is going to commence, and man, is it chaotic. That little hallway can just be flooded with utility, makes it very, very hard to push through.
I kind of want to see them just
TXT
win really
made quick
fast.
work when they were on the attack.
Just absolute roll.
From the vehicle from
Yeah.
the side of TL. This is very rare. Actually jumping onto the point right here kind of puts you in the sight line of a lot of the
Tank's worried about mid, but mid's clear.
AG-78 Cat, by the way,
Oh, okay.
is,
They're sort of
working for his
peeking each
team,
other
hopping
from
onto the
their
point with
respective
assault
spawn
vehicle,
doors.
finding kills in the assault vehicle's gunner position and letting people respawn
That's a
in
cool
the
skin.
vehicle.
I really want to hear the
Oh,
comms.
this is
They're
really good.
100. I would be shocked if they're all in the same Discord channel. I'd be shocked. It has to be split comms. For
Yeah,
20v20.
Futuristic.
It's really not all that close at all. Hardly a green body near the point. This is going to be a slow take.
It looks like the defense. Okay, so the defense is
Very
retaking
fast
mid.
with the overall sector.
Yeah, they pushed them all off mid, and now they're gonna come from mid into the point. But this tank is gonna peek stairs and just kill them all. Yeah, exactly. As I speak it into his. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I said that.
Yeah, looks a little overextended to me. XD 777 right there, getting involved, picking up all the kills.
They're gonna have to make a retake soon.
After all but conceding
Where's
the
Jor?
point, TXD make a great push onto
Does,
Sector A and actually reclaim it.
There were like 9 medics, by
Does
the way.
TXD not have a
able to do
tank,
that.
or
Any
I thought I saw
other
one
class
before.
there,
Maybe
It's in the it's in the spawn.
or something else,
It's
you're
peeking their
not
spawn door
gonna
on the
get
left side.
down to the point.
But it's taking like
Rest
real
of the side,
long range
they're
shots
stop
at it.
waiting for a moment. Lav actually coming in to throw some shells down range as well. It needs to be careful and keep eyes to the sky. I haven't seen the helicopter yet. I would assume
Silk, if I speak, you know, like it's just one of
it
those.
isn't already in the air. This tank destroyer may be in a bit of trouble. Still full health with engineers. Keeping pressure onto the point, but catching a lot of flack as A looks like it will fall. See you later. Sector A gone. And a quick cleanup here.
I can't tell if that was easier or harder for them than the
As we make the transition for B1, B2.
TXG.
Yeah, shout out to the side of TL there. Very rare that we get to see the tank destroyer actually able to sit on the point for that long and really not take any damage. Those smokes were very, very helpful in that regard. Oak and
We have an
LA
AA
back
heli
here trying to
1v1
hold off
in the
78 cat.
uncapped
Here's gonna be
right
the
now.
strategy right now. I think they're going to try to do it again. They're going to try to fly the helicopter over top of the LAV and effectively send down a strike force. That being said, it does look like 78 cat is quite far away. He's trying to find some LOS right now to hide from the LAV, who have a straight sight line that's going to go through. As you can see, Oak knows what's coming. Yeah.
Does he really have to respect the heli this heavily?
So that way he can go ahead and hide.
Yeah, everybody.
Can heli deal damage
I
to
mean,
the
they watched a VOD.
tanks?
If you
There they
did-
go.
Oh, he's dropped.
Dropping
No
the
way.
parachuters down. Here come the engineers.
Okay, bro.
Can they take this law out?
If they kill
Have
this
been
tank, I-
spotted in the skies. Need to get to a high ground position, or just from the skies itself. Get it pretty.
Yeah, he gets away.
Don't
Okay.
Heli is smurfing
They're
on
able
him.
to do
Now
that
that was
shot
ambitious.
around,
Like if they did that,
spot it out. They know the playbook. They know the script. That Hail Mary.
The
not
amount
gonna
of
work
space
this
that
time
heli is
around.
taking.
But
it is,
Dear Lord.
it is just commanding so much respect.
We put more pressure onto the B sector.
Great work
And
there.
meanwhile, they've already
Oh.
taken B1.
Study to make sure that they do not go down to
Wait,
that
what is
one
this strat? Oh, to take the tank
easily.
out?
When the attack pushes all the way over there into
Oh,
the defensive side,
So
it's
so the tank, attacking tank is coming far right,
a little bit of a timer, right? Because you have
and
overextended
there's another one coming far left as well. So they're probably gonna try to like maybe double push through one door.
makes that strategy all the more
I want to see him roll him on this point. Like I want to see like an impressive. Oh, they almost one bursted.
Urgent deployment will be called in by 7-8 Cat. He's actually under pressure right now by a team of 4 engineers. He's going to go ahead and pick them up.
No, they have to respect that. They have to respect the chopper. It's just crazy how deep in their spawn he is with that thing.
They killed the tank in the
I didn't
uncapped.
even kill the tank. I didn't see that. That's crazy.
If I saw that correctly. We'll take a look at it here shortly, though. It's definitely possible. Yeah, I just saw AG-78 Cat with a gun kill, so I think you are right.
Yeah.
It looks
I think
pilots
TXG
became
tried to do that
Firecat.
last game, but they
Chat,
were
these
blown
teams
up.
are psycho. These teams are filled with psychos.
AG-78 Cat now on
We're
second
seeing
round, leading his team
absolute
to
strategy
This is,
take place.
here
Wait a minute.
shortly.
Gauche. Where's
This is a
LAV
big
on
gap
the defensive
between these
side?
two teams. I can tell you that much.
How did we miss it?
I can feel that. Yeah, this heli's gonna. Nah, dude, this heli has free reign right now. I think. This is gonna hurt real bad for them. And they drop people up on the crane behind him. So
yeah.
Oh,
they have so much map control.
no,
no
he killed him on the crane. But this heli might still be a huge problem. See, on the other side, they killed the heli on one of the pushes, so it was down. And that obviously affected a ton of pressure.
They're just gonna keep Trojan horsing. No, to back up on the crane now. They're just gonna keep Trojan horsing it, and then they'll be. Oh man, they have no space whatsoever. That has to feel so bad.
Hands up. Get ready.
Yeah, this tank is just. He's not gonna get out of here, is he? Surely somebody with an arc.
No? As well to dodge those mines. He was actually so close to running them over. Did not hit any of them. The big rocket right there is going to follow up his push into the garage and say, listen, you've overextended. We want to make this one hurt. XT77 is surrounded by all red, though. You can see the engineers on the back of the vehicle. They're trying to go ahead and repair it quicker than it is taking damage. So far, so good. It looks like it's almost back up to 100 durability. But you want to talk about 100 durability, look at the B2 sector, the B2 flag. That one was almost in full control of the defensive side of things. But as I say that, XT777 is back on the point. He's picking up kills.
The attackers have to get on the point right now and just establish like really huge space control. This tank should push up left, exit, yep. Take this space. Not Infu should fill middle point.
There we go. Down 2 layers from Zombra. Knows the value of the vehicle. Punishes some early aggression.
That's not good.
Helicopter in the sky, but that is the only vehicle on the map right now. Maybe a moment to breathe here because of the retake from the defense. They're actually sacking B2, retaking B1, try to get a moment to breathe before they regain and make another push.
He's popping them one by one with that car, man. It's not even.
They are scrambling right now.
Does the APS stop in the mines or no? Okay, it does not.
No.
That is a dangerous one. Land CS, aim Bobo.
Got a little bit too greedy over there, but it seems like they're getting the point either way. Oh, they get the back having it. Okay.
Frightening squad. They're trying to figure out what's going on B1. How many boots on the ground?
But I would imagine because you can spawn on the point, right? So they can just even if they take B1, now they're still being pinched. I assume.
If the defenders take B1 and like full cap it, they can spawn on B1 behind B2. But I don't think they're gonna get the full cap.
On the side of TXT on the defense. Here they come. And the vehicles are just rolling in.
Yeah, here come the vehicles to add support here.
Yeah, this is the right strategy for the defense. Let's see if it actually.
I'm surprised how large the skybox is actually for the chopper here.
Yeah, chopper has free reign for the most part. These vehicles are destroying.
The problem with the strategy, unfortunately, is it's not going to work ad nauseum because of the vehicle advantage from the attacking side. They can actually trade out with their infantry a little bit as long as they can stay alive. That is NTPP trying to play spoiler by himself essentially up top.
I'm really like this cap is taking ages.
Everybody else can go to B2. Look at where some of the defensive players are respawning. There's a strike team going to B1 trying to replicate success. They just had a moment ago. I don't think they're going to be able to do it because of the vehicle advantage. Very well executed from the attack to be able to sniff out this push, get an advantage, and use it to maximum effectiveness.
B2 is going down.
Absolute sweat from this guy. What?
With maximum lives.
All as a result of how dominant TR.
Man, that is crazy though if you think about it. The other guys like.
We didn't even see it. We don't even know what happened.
The tanks are just driving around doing what they want, and they got like 4 engineers on just suckling out its teeth the whole time, just like Big Mom, like an opossum or something. It's actually crazy.
I want to know what this heli's doing.
Oh, this guy's popping off.
Okay, this is just such criminal behavior from this heli. He's in there uncap.
He's going to try to go ahead and
they tried to steal it?
A little bit of a miscalculation there. That would have been a great steal, but a little bit of a miss.
Yeah, it was just a little too deep, and I think it's just a hair slow on the strafing run.
That is rough.
What they usually go for is if they can blow it up, sure, that's fine. Usually they're trying to blow up the people waiting on the vehicle, snipe them, and right when it hits the ground, have somebody paratrooping in, able to steal that vehicle. That is something that we've seen actually a couple times. So a nice play there, unfortunately not able to execute it yet again. TXD sniffing out a lot of these plays, able to stay alive, keep their vehicles. This is still a playable game. And again,
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
This terrain is not a real position that they can hold. A couple of paratroopers coming in out of the skies.
I cannot. I still can't believe it. Like the amount of skybox you have on a chopper here.
Yes, it
Like, you
really,
can go
really.
into space with it.
I'm surprised they allow it to fly over the enemy uncapped.
TL do that exact same thing. They drop paratroopers on the top of C2 in their last dominant victory.
They're trying to get people on the roof, or at least behind them here.
Same thing. But honestly, TXT is doing a great job of putting
Spawns.
this down. Finally, a couple of them do land.
They get a spawn beacon down though.
If this is going to be as effective as they think it is going to be.
Yeah, this is actually.
I wonder if they.
They're able to get some respawn beacons down. This is immediately getting sniffed out.
I wonder if they could squad bomb and squad switch.
Well.
Ellie took damage though, but maybe the first time I've ever seen that.
You got Commander in comms with all of the squad captains. Every iota of detail that can be communicated is being spammed to everybody. So this is a really nice.
It's very clear their plan here is basically avoid all of the center push-up area, get behind them, put spawn beacons, and then spawn in and above the objective. So
yeah,
Trojan horse.
Exactly.
Wins out there,
saying that with your accent is funny as fuck. It just sounds correct.
Sounds correct.
It does.
Okay.
Roll John Horse.
It's so European. This guy was there.
No, it's actually on the front side of C1. As you can see right there, Legacy still.
You're Swedish, right?
That's my favorite strat from the Odyssey. It's the Trojan horse, actually.
100%. Yeah.
It's a very good strat.
It is his only focus right now.
There's a micro crane fight for control going on.
That's a few like really strong power positions, I would imagine, right? I don't know how good the roof is here. Maybe not super good for the defenders because the chopper, but for the attackers, I would imagine you get a ton of control.
Yeah, just like a ton of vision control, but I imagine you probably don't want to sit too many people up on there. These vehicles are just... They have a ton of control over C1 already, but I do remember people love sitting in the building with the tank in this game.
Yeah, once again, that position there up on the crane is super strong, but the fact that this heli is in the skies, we're able to go ahead and suppress that position almost entirely. And you want to talk about suppression, C1 is now in full control of the attacking side.
If they get enough points, they can drop in a missile through the roof of C2, but they'll know that, you know, that's going to happen. They're calling in a tank through the roof hole. There's no way.
Was that true? You can avoid a Stinger rocket with a barrel roll?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is a big take here. AG-78 Cat has marked C1, I believe.
All right, let's get another tank through the hole of the roof.
So net this extra score after about 2 minutes or so. Nice play just to make sure that they have what they need to finish the game. They came into this C sector with a maximum amount of lives, which I'm not sure we've seen a lot of teams be able to do. That did just
this is just a
steamroll.
steamroll.
We have seen teams, especially RLF, they are out of the competition, but they have held down in C2 for 150 plus lives before with just 2 vehicles. It is possible. It is very, very difficult.
So the casters are making it seem like this is very far from over if they cannot kill the vehicles in C2. At some point, I imagine they are going to send a missile through the roof of fucking C2, but you know, I guess they just,
right?
yeah, you get enough points, you send a missile in. I guess the people just know that's going to happen though, so they just move the vehicles out of there. So you have to sort of.
The attack is well aware of that.
You can't really predict where the vehicles are going to go because, of course, the vehicles can just fucking leave. So it's kind of tricky.
But can it get out?
Because
you said it flew in for the roof.
Yeah.
But can you actually get out of there, or?
Yes, they'll probably just have like a designated area they push back to, or like a distance they know the missile can't kill them from. Assuming the missile comes in where they think.
Yeah.
During that push, now Legacy, he wants to get involved. He's in the tank destroyer.
I would imagine if you take the roof here, you'll be able to shoot down on the vehicles, but maybe I'm.
But he is picking up the kills. He's trying
It's getting hairy here. Legacy goes down. Uh-oh.
Destroys the last remaining vehicle.
That's probably GG.
For TXT to hold down this sector.
Oh, they just ran in.
How to use your advantages effectively. They're willing to trade out vehicles when they have more than their opponent. Obviously put up a great fight, a great effort. The problem is just didn't have enough backup because of the amount of value we're finding with the infantry on the ground from the TL side. So much value. C1 gone, C2 about to fall as well. Respawn beacon from the defense immediately cut down, by the way. Defense is scrambling for anything they can get their hands on. And 777's gonna play this nice and safe. Make sure
I wouldn't be surprised if Tanglong just takes this whole tournament. This is upper bracket final. Like, there's just no way. Even if they meet them again, assuming Tuxedo wins in a lower bracket.
Yeah.
I know. Like, they're gonna get stomped again. Just bringing it back again.
This is what they did in the B sector. It worked once. Let's see if it works again.
But who knows? Maybe they can get back to the drawing board and figure out like a counter to the chopper.
They know that they're very, very close to winning this.
Team Liquid, too strong. Yeah.
Are the only way back into this for TXT.
God, Team Liquid, bro.
They have to get back to the point.
Wait, this. Oh my god.
You hear that audio?
Entirely red.
Do I have audio? Yeah, I have audio.
No, there was like an audio glitch that happened, but
that's crazy. They call in the they call in the tank and you just break it midair, man.
Yeah, you just destroy the tank in midair. Yeah, wow, that was really well done. I wanted to see, the Observer didn't get the full fight, but I wanted to see what happened with the dual vehicles inside of the point. Like, how did they kill both of them so fast? Or how did they get the initial kill so quickly on one of them?
Yeah.
TL have yet to drop a single map. Going into the grand finals, they are going to be feeling very confident.
There you go.
Some individual highlights, but a team victory. That felt so free.
Some counter strategy from
these guys are
great
these guys are unstoppable, man.
You guys are locked.
They're locked
What
in.
TL were going to do on the attack side. But when those plans failed, it just didn't matter. TL bounced back. They had a second option always ready.
Woo, let's take a look at the highlights, though. Obviously started hot on point A, and I think for both of these teams, they were maybe willing
I
to
spoke
give
this
away
play into
point A or not
existence, I'm
invest
sorry.
too much.
I literally cast or
Maybe they just
cursed
couldn't
it
keep up
live.
the pace because, well, I guess you're earning extra score the longer that A goes on. But regardless, as we headed into B, most of the main strategies that TL usually uses to get an advantage were sniffed out. We didn't see that strike force end up paying off. However, what we did see is that lob still eventually go down. And again, anytime we leave a helicopter do whatever it wants, it almost always makes a huge impact on the map. We saw finally some anti-tank mines find some value from the TX.
Nice to see you stream after waking up. Yeah.
Still,
what's up,
even
guys?
with a nice little pressure release there.
They completed the map.
Going
Yeah,
over
they
and
full
trading
capped
out
them
for
there.
B1. They tried to do it a second time.
Teemu
and they just
Liquid.
didn't have enough firepower. Down in numbers.
This is
down in
Tang Long,
advantage.
okay?
We moved into
Put some
Sector
respect
C.
on their
Sector
name.
C is one that can be held
Dude, I wonder how
decently
hard
long.
it is
We saw
to, like,
Legacy finally
make a
get some
team.
trades, but I don't know about 180
Like,
lives.
like
20,
max
fighting
amount of
20
lives,
people
and they
to play with.
hardly
Like,
needed
just
half of
fighting
them to
4
take both
people
of these sectors.
or 3
How
people,
harder-
like, that's already daunting.
How hard is, like, coordination of schedule?
Oh, that's not. Oh, I didn't
Like,
think
bro,
about
it's
How do
just
you
gotta
balance
be.
scrims?
executed from TL.
They-
They look near perfect. They look so systematic while also being able to adapt. They're the best
I
team here on
figured that.
paper. We'll see what they're able to do in the grand finals a little bit later from now.
20v20 that features a whole set of challenges, right?
eyes
But I mean, it's you.
over
I feel like that's something you've got to appreciate, at least in my opinion. Like, you gotta appreciate the amount of work that goes into pulling an esport like this off, because yeah, you gotta fly out 20 people for your entire team,
Mhm.
domination
and yeah, like you said,
of
coordinated
that attack.
schedules, and
Yeah,
again,
AG
when you get
78
into the
started in
esports,
heli, and then it was traded over to
like let's say you're a
Firecat,
team
but then
captain, and you're like,
we
I
saw
want to build a
value
team.
from
You have to
the
find
helicopter in
19
ways that
people to
aren't
play with.
represented. Firecat is
That's
last on the
insane.
leaderboard
Like,
when
I can't even
Uh,
imagine, like, you know,
but
every
from an
esport,
objective
it's like, oh yeah, I gotta find.
pushing
You need an
vehicles
off
back,
tank
zoning
and,
off
like, you know,
areas,
5 more
dropping
people, whatever.
parachuters down.
Hit
That's how much
scam
value
and
you
whatnot.
really
And now
see
it's like,
from the helicopter. And
holy
big shout
shit,
out to
you
777
have to
there,
find
said
19
kills.
And then you have to
777
coordinate
second in
squads
command
that like to play
competition.
with each other,
Yeah.
and like all the, you know, like the emotional aspect of a team as well, and
Doing a really
Yeah.
good job with this whole roster. So stay composed.
a lot of stuff going into this chat.
AG78 Academy,
Yeah.
you saw that something was going wrong. He got active for a moment. Let's take a look at the overall team stats. Again,
I would
solid
imagine that,
numbers
like, I
across
can't
the
even.
board. Not
I'll
a
say
crazy
this.
amount to write home about because, frankly,
Not
it's a
trying to
very
sound
one-sided map.
Yeah, exactly.
toxic or
Very
anything.
quick indeed. Did not get a final look.
Okay.
But in every game I've
that
competed in,
took, but I believe it was around
I've
15 to 16
you know, there's usually like
minutes,
5 to 10
yeah.
people that I'm like, these guys are
Definitely
good
a
enough.
very
I know we're
fast
gonna
one, no surprise,
gel together.
but
These are
that
players that are
is
good.
how
Like we
long
think the same
it
way.
took
Yeah.
TL again.
I could not
They're
imagine
so
fighting twin. Like
strong
if
on
I was in
the
this situation
attack,
as a
push, and
team
we get
captain,
defend as
after
well.
the 10th
But
guy,
you
I'd be
really
like,
get
oh yeah,
to see how it's all
just come
broken
in here.
down, how the
Just
team
grab the
moves
first guy
around
who
the
applies.
map
Like there's just no way.
when they are on
Like I
that
wonder how
offensive side of things.
strict
Now,
they
I
are when
guess
building the
goes for
rosters.
us,
Who is that, a wall hack?
it's time to start talking about
Let's see it.
TXT and how their path continues in this competition.
Yeah, they're going to be headed down to the lower bracket. They're not
Is
done
that
yet.
guy?
They're
Is that guy
actually
in
gonna
the
be
Steel
right
Series
back on
QCK
stage
heavy right there?
shortly,
Yep.
having to go back to back and talk about a momentum killer, man. You go in at a perfect tournament. You're doing a fantastic job. You skip yesterday based on your success. You go straight into the winners finals, and then you get blown out.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a huge hurt. And you're going down to play DNI, which is a great team. But let's take a look at our MVP. I think we know who it is. There he is on your screen on the left. AG78.
We
Cat,
can't
I
imagine
only
that to have a
imagine
20
he's gonna be
in
our
squad to
MVP,
lead, we
not
didn't
only
see this a
for
lot.
last game,
You have
but
fi-
also for this
you have 5
game,
people
which means
in
he is the
Counter-Strike.
MVP for the match. Really well done from this
Oh, yeah.
commander. A team effort, but able to execute the plan near perfectly. and
AG78
adapt
cat,
to
dude.
Vehicle kill, 32
Vehicle
kills,
demon.
26K plus score. Great job.
Yeah.
Once again, showing
That's scary.
flexibility as
That
well.
guy is that guy like
Hopping in and out
Faker?
of the pilot seat constantly
In,
throughout that game.
DFIB,
Hopping in those assault
W.
vehicles constantly, as
Delta
well,
Force
making sure
Faker.
that
I don't
those
know.
On the chopper.
Does he need to
respawn
win? How many
immediately.
tourney wins does Faker have?
Down
Like
and
how many
put in
worlds?
good positions at one point during one of those
Yeah, but
attacks
this is the
on
first
the
one,
B2.
right?
I saw the beacon right in the middle.
Yeah,
of
how many
the
DFIWs does this guy have to win to be
Great
Faker
work
of
there by 78 Cat. No surprise.
Faker of Delta
Somehow,
Force?
some way, 78 Cat's not going to be a part of the best
No, I
squad.
don't think
no
Faker's like
surprise
a
to see it's going to be
commander, right? He just plays mid lane.
XD777 is
maybe
going
that's
to be a part of the
not
squad
the
that
best.
does take the reigning
It works anyways.
best squad. Firecat.
Imagine
as
if Faker was an
well. You know,
IGL
getting
as
some
well.
wreck-
Then you get close
Look at
to
the assists there
AG78
from both
Cat.
of these two players in the middle. Adi has been top assist, by the way, in the entire competition. Really cool stuff.
Damn,
We're
this
getting
guy's
a
got
nice
the
celebration
watch on the
here
wrist?
because TL,
The ice on the
Tangkon,
wrist at
has
LAN?
made it to the grand finals. They get a chance to take a break in this best matchup and see who their competition will be for the final match of the day. In just a couple hours time, folks, we've got a live audience. We've got a bunch of noisemakers.
Oh, that's a good point.
inflatables getting loud. It feels
Training
like
centers.
with the hometown team already out of the competition.
That actually makes so
falling in
much
a
sense now to
fourth
think about it.
category,
I would imagine,
it
like-
feels like hometown is now, I suppose, TL. I don't know.
I
It's
could
kind of
imagine
been
these people
back
are
and
just from
forth
like the
for audience
same
to see
LAN
which
cafe
side
and
they're
stuff. Like
cheering
you
on.
could just
Like I said
easily
before, I
bring
think just
20
like us,
people
they
in to
wanna see
play in the
good
same
games.
room.
That was a good one. It just unfortunately, I don't
can
know, I
see
mean
it.
to be
I
mean,
see the
it wasn't
vision.
that close.
Yeah. That's how it goes when you
Look
got
at Gaj,
TL
man.
up there on the stage.
Look at my
Sometimes
goat.
It's very hard to go ahead and pick up or put up a good fight. Excited to hear from one of their players very, very shortly. But like we said, now TXD, our next match of the day, they're going to be going up against DNI in the lower bracket. Stay tuned for that in a little bit.
Yeah, and I'll be really interested to hear from, I assume, our commander down on the stage. We've got an amazing host down there, Tal with an interview from the winning team.
You'd be
TL.
iced out at LAN wearing
So
some
pumped about
wild
this.
cologne, though?
Let's listen in, and then we'll be back for another match. Let's head
I
down.
mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I would. Yeah, you're right.
Xin chào, hãy cùng chúng ta
Holy
quay trở lại
Sparkle.
với sân khấu lớn để cùng đến nay
Sparkle
với
lady.
phỏng vấn sau trận
Let's fucking
đấu
go
và
Sparkle
chúc mừng
lady.
cho chiến thắng của Thăng Long khi họ đã chính thức trở thành đội tuyển đầu tiên bước vào trận chung kết tổng. Và bây giờ hẳn là commander của đội tuyển Thăng Long, đó là AG78 Cats, cũng đang có rất nhiều
I'm not even gonna try the pronunciation out of respect.
bất bại tính đến thời điểm này.
Do you know what I mean?
Với
Like,
vận
I
may
just
của
don't-
tôi,
I don't
và
understand.
trong phần phỏng vấn sau trận đấu này nhá. We are heading back to the stage and congratulations to Thăng Long for becoming the very first team to advance to the grand final match. Such an amazing performance and wow, deserved victory. We will
What
say
happens
that
if she gets
they
the
have
sparkles in her
remained
eye? Like, how difficult is that to actually put on?
until this time in this journey. Such an amazing performance. And now, standing next to me, welcome back to the stage again, the team's commander, AZ78 Cat, and let's hear what's
Oh shit, we're gonna hear from AG78 Cat.
Xin chào AZ78 Cat, 你好， Không biết là lúc này thì cảm xúc của bạn như thế nào khi đã trở thành đội tuyển đầu tiên bước thẳng vào trận chung kết tổng?
How do you feel becoming the very first team to step into the
Okay.
grand final?
You really, I don't care how you feel about Delta Force. We're talking about 20v20 LAN, live translators. The setup is really nuts.
那你们现在感受如何？可以分享一下吗？
也是不出所料啊，也是成功的以2-0的战绩拿下了对手。
Please tell me AG78 Cat.
我在第一场的采访就是这么说的，我也是。
Any idea the prize? 200,000 USD.
在总决赛，我也會以這種成績，以碾壓的技術，讓大家記住騰龍。
Trong phần trả lời phỏng vấn trước đó thì tôi cũng đã từng nói là chúng tôi sẽ cố gắng chiến thắng với tỷ số 2-0.
Am I ignorant? Are they okay? Are they translating what he said twice? Once in another language, which I'm just ignorant of, and then once in English. So there's two translators.
Score 2-0, and now at this moment we did it. We hope that we could keep that stability into the grand final match.
Và là một tinh thần rất tuyệt vời và một sự tự tin rất lớn đến từ Thanh Long, đúng không ạ? Vậy thì theo đội trưởng thì trong trận đấu vừa qua, đâu là cái điểm mạnh lớn nhất của đội tuyển của bạn mà đã được các bạn thể hiện ở trong cuộc đấu vừa rồi?
As its commanders, what do you think? What is the strongest points that your team has made during the match?
刚才的那场比赛，你觉得你们队伍最强的一点、最突出的一点体现在哪个方面？
在第一把的防守方的时候
Question fried him for a second there. He was like, what?
以速对了我们的 A 点。但在 B 点的时候，我们已经够积分，成功的叫出步战车的时候，敌方的小鸟直升机来进行一波骚扰，也是成功的有巡飞弹。
Isn't it actually translated 3 times in the end?
让我们载具稳住了。
Yeah, like three languages. Yeah.
后面在叫出第二辆载具，我们以载具的优势，也是成功了拿下的比赛。
Trong trận đấu vừa rồi thì đối thủ cũng là rất mạnh.
Vietnamese, Chinese, and English. It has to be, right? Because this is in Vietnam, so it makes sense Vietnamese, and then Chinese, and then English. Okay, there we go.
Vượt qua được và giành được kết quả lý tưởng.
We were facing a very strong competitors during the match, and in the very first location, we've been struggling a little bit, but after all, we were working well together, and finally we got what we
This guy's got that.
imagined,
This
and
guy's
we
got
were
the English
what we
translator has that
wanted
shit
to
on.
win.
Notice the shoes and the double-breasted jacket. He's got that. He's got it on. Okay, like.
Vậy thì bước tới trận đấu cuối cùng bạn có cảm thấy áp lực chút nào không?
Your team were unbeatable. You have a winning streak. Coming up to the grand final, what do you have? What is your strategy, or what do you plan for?
那成龙队一直以来都
I'm trying to understand how much translation. Is it 2 layers of translation going on here? Or is it
My chat's telling me it's 3. It's Vietnamese, Chinese, and English. But I mean, I was saying to my chat, like, the setup here is insane. They have multiple translators live. Like, that's pretty cool.
We have a pretty wide Asian audience, right? And, like, I guess English isn't like the primary language over there, so it makes sense that they would have to. It's a good solution.
Yeah, Mendo, like, no glaze is like super.
So what I don't understand who's
Super
the
impressive.
translator and who's the.
So the woman that's speaking right now is a translator, and then the guy on the left is a translator. They're both translators.
And the woman on the right?
The woman on the right is the announcer, the presenter.
Yeah.
She asks
From
the questions.
very first match,
I see.
we have been facing so many strong competitors
it's
in this competition.
not easy to
but
follow
after
if
all,
you don't
we
speak
are trying
Vietnamese,
our
I guess.
best from
But that
match
makes a lot of
to
sense.
match, we are winning and winning. And for the grand final, we are going to give out 100% of our energy to give all of the audiences here for the really, really amazing matches.
Chắc chắn đây sẽ là một trong những
AG78 Cat
đáng
declares
chờ đợi trong trận đấu với
100%
fan hâm mộ của
efficiency in the
Kenlong.
grand
Hãy
finals.
cùng chúc cho họ sẽ tiếp tục mạnh mẽ ở trong trận đấu cuối cùng, bởi họ vẫn đang chứng minh cho chúng ta rằng
the
họ
verdict on the
chính là
shoes?
ứng cử viên rất nặng ký cho chức vô địch năm nay.
He's got like, Mendo, so he's got that shit on, but I wouldn't personally have it. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably like Balenci or something. Like, I respect it, but I don't know. What are we thinking on that?
100% of the energy, man. Lend them all your energy, chat.
Và các bạn khán giả thân mến, như vậy là chúng ta đã khép
No,
lại
these
trận thi
teal
đấu
guys,
đầu
they're the
tiên,
favorites to win,
nhanh
and there's
thắng
no
và
way.
tìm ra được cái tên đầu tiên bước vào trận chung kết tổng. Một
It'd
lần
have
nữa
to be
xin
like a
chúc mừng cho
massive
Thăng Long.
upset for them not to
Còn
win.
ngay sau đây thì trận đấu mang tính chất quyết định tầm
I
cuối
be
cùng.
up on stage,
Vào chung
no
kết tổng
socks,
giữa
flip-flops
BRIO và
to
Omen
intimidate
X
the
cũng
ops.
sẽ diễn ra trong một ít phút nữa. Bởi vậy mà đừng đi đâu cả, chúng tôi sẽ quay trở lại ngay.
That's why Mendo's the GOAT. It's just simple.
Coming match will be a decisive match between DNI and Tosical and SG. Are you curious about the results? Stick around, we will be right back in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Sparkle Lady. Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Different shoes.
Anders, when are we seeing you up there? Am I allowed to? Is Pharaoh here? Wait a minute. 25 minutes. Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold on. Are we seeing this countdown?
Oh, that's quite a break.
What do we do?
What do we do? I don't even know. Are we just watching this now?
We'll talk to chat a little bit here.
Yeah.
I didn't play operations.
Do you know the maps?
It's closed-minded when it comes to operations.
Somewhere.
The maps listed? So they go through like picks and bans, I think.
Okay. Because I was hoping to see the one. I guess that one is probably. I'm interested to see how it plays. The one with the you start on the beach and then it's a mountain one.
Ooh. Yeah, I wonder how that map would actually play in comp, because from what I played it in just in pubs, you need to take the hill to overlook the point to get the first point, and then yeah.
It's so hard to get through the caves.
Yeah, Mendo, I didn't play operations.
So I'm very curious to see like how they would.
It was hard for me to like balance all that, because coming from another combined arms game, it's people want to watch me play Warfare, so it'd be difficult. Yeah, I just use it for one month. Do you still play Delta? You still play Delta? Yeah, Mendo. We need to play games in general. The last time I played against you was Gundam Evolution show match. God. Oh God. I shouldn't have even said anything, bro. Oh God. Oh, why did they have to do that? What? It's fine.
What were the meta weapons that people were using?
So I noticed a lot of people using the M7. And the M7 was based on my memory of the game, it was just a super heavy hitting, low magazine, low RPM, high damage weapon. And judging based on the attachments I saw a lot of people run, and it looks like a lot of people were using the same setups. They were using different attachments than what I was used to seeing. They were using like skeleton grip, and it looks like longer barrels are still meta, but a lot of the attachments were different. M7 is meta? Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah, I pointed out, I had like I was like this cool skin one of them had. Or all of them seem to have the same skin. I don't know if it's like a special competitor one or whatever.
Yeah, I did see that. No NA team made it to this. God, I knew we should have. Dude, oh, did I do? Oh, I needed to post a roster for this or something. God damn it. Omni could have done it. 100%. Omni could have done it. It's just, I don't know. Good luck ever coordinating anything in fucking Omni. Everyone's dads now with children and responsibilities. Getting 20 whole ass gamers is so tough, dude. 20 whole gamers, like, I don't even know 7 whole gamers, honestly. But okay, any vehicle players in Omni? Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. I know, I can see the roster now. We'd pull in Kelzage, we'd pull in Focus would be Heli, Infi, Flex. Oh, we'd pull so many gamers, bro. But it's just, you know, getting everything coordinated. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, really, like, it's... Go for Operation Freaks, we'd frag out, yeah. Would be your dream team? Do you want me to drop the competitive Delta Force roster at this very moment? I'll do it. I don't give a fuck. So we got, okay, me, obviously. We got Focus. We got Zero. We got Nept. IGL. We got Zatius. We got Baronox. Mendo. Donald Trump. Well, okay. He probably can't play. Barack Obama. Why am I forgetting my teammates? Oh, Levi. Fucking Kelzage in a tank. Focus. Heli. Infi. If we can get him, David. Cluster BM. We got analysts and coaches. All right, Nept is IGL/coach, like he always is. This is coach. He helped us win 14 Gundam tournaments. Kaiser. Dude, it's been so long. It's been so long since I've competed. I'm forgetting my fucking teammates. We got Forsen, XQC, Rakai. No. We got 0 on there. We got 0. Oh, uniting. We'll just add uniting in and Volja. We'll add uniting in Volja. We're gonna fly in Fuzzy from OCE. No, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. We can't do that. VIII? I don't know VIII, but I'm sure it'd be down. Fuck. Who's another insane tank player, actually, now I think about it? I could flex tank, but it'll take me a while. Yeah, we'll put VIII in there. We'll do. Yeah, exactly, Mendo. We'll do. Breezy. Oh, Sniper X? Dude, if I had Sniper X pushing 30, by the way. Fuck. Gravity could be tank. Thunder? Yeah, Thunder, exactly. I remember, yeah, Thunder, you're right. Who's the last? Who's the last? Who on Omni haven't I mentioned? Why am I forgetting my fucking teammates? Because I haven't, dude, it's because nothing comp has happened in fucking ages. Donald Trump. This is the roster. And then subs, we got Pony Lion HD for cinematic purposes. Rival X Factor. We cannot lose the game. There's no fucking way, bro. There is no chance we lose. What are Obama and Trump's roles? In-team argument. In-team argument. You need slight tilt in the comms sometimes. On stream, I just filled out my whole comp roster for this game. 20 people. "13 minutes? It's gonna be longer than that. Let's check what the Twitch chat's saying. Cheater. Okay, we're just closing Twitch chat. Level Cap Gaming. Anders, you know X Factor? No, I don't know X Factor. No, I don't. I don't know X Factor. Otter, I need the 20-man roster from you. If you got a 20-man roster, what players are we picking, bro?
20-man?
Yeah, like I just wrote up the full 20-man NA roster for this game. We need the EU roster.
Need the EU roster. Man.
Forsen. Number 1.
Forsen?
Yep.
Yep.
Notch, creator of Minecraft. Number 2.
For sure. For sure.
And then the rest of the players can be serious.
We can get PewDiePie in here.
Okay. Okay.
Man.
Yourself?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally. I'd say not like I said we talked about it earlier. I'd probably just pick like 10 people, if I can even think of 10 people, 5 to 10 people that I think are pretty solid, and then I just kind of just fill up on whoever is interested at that point for the last 20. As long as they listen and they shoot, then I think it's fine.
So far, the roster doesn't sound very comp, you know?
They don't sound comp?
No, this doesn't sound very comp so far.
No, it's... I don't even know. I can watch my... just pull them out of Elite Series, really.
Yeah?
Yeah, I just get some of those players.
How,
God.
We need to make a Delta Force roster, and then everyone pitches in to buy a team house, a team mansion.
Jeez.
For the DFIW.
I mean, with 20 people, then you know it's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive.
You might be able to get like a 2-bedroom, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the font choice for the countdown. Yeah, it's good. It's good font.
Yeah.
Bold.
It's a good font. Nice animation on the...
No outline though. Questionable.
Doesn't need it. Would stick out too much with the outline.
I see.
Chat says pick Valorant players. I don't think Valorant players would be good in this. Maybe to a certain extent, but
just pick the best EU comp CS:GO players. Fucking pick Donk, Monacy, Nico. Who else we got? Simple. Get him on there.
Get him on there. Just have them hop in and frag out. They don't even need the vehicles. Just roll over them.
Oh my god, I totally disrespected the GOAT Rafa by not putting him on the NA roster. I'll never be forgiven for this transgression. The one true FPS GOAT. Rafa. He's gonna pull up an LGU. Great. Awesome. Ship Wings of Redemption over? Yeah, okay. Sell this. They're playing this tournament in Vietnam. It's $200,000, 20v20 on LAN. We just saw the upper bracket. There's one team that secured their spot in the grand finals. You gonna make a roster without Tyler 1 comms? Oh man, you're right. We probably get rid of Barack Obama and Donald Trump in place of Tyler 1 and Rafa. Yeah, that makes sense. Because Tyler won, like, if we ever need a, like some physical energy, you know, he'll bring it. Have you seen Tyler 1 play an FPS game? Yeah. We would put him in an unimportant role. Where he doesn't have impact. He can be coach. I don't know about that. I don't know about coach. Coach T, I don't know. Chat, I see a distinct lack of wide speed lemon usage in this chat, by the way. Wide speed lemon is definitely one of the best emotes on the channel, so. Tyler 1 can sit in the back screaming at everyone. Exactly. Oh my fucking god. So, while we wait for this countdown, I didn't stream today because girlfriend and I did some, like, festive stuff. And we were, like, watching something, and we were in, like, a big, like, not stadium, but, like, you know, a gathering area with seats and everything. Dude. This little kid coughed, like, I'm not even joking, probably 3 inches away from my neck 10 times. So I'm probably going to contract, like, COVID 86 in a couple days. So it's over for me. Did you cough back? That wouldn't be socially acceptable. You can't do that. That's not, you can't do that. My girlfriend also reported to me that he apparently sniffed me at one point. Which I understand, I was wearing vintage Amouage Epic Man. So I was smelling just absolutely incredible to the point where he was probably stunned. But that's probably not good as well. Very strange happenings today. Very strange. Fragrance stun locked. See you. Thanks so much for the 5 gifted. And Psychology and Sod. Thank you all for the subs. Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Too big of a sniffer. Exactly. Stroking on some Johnson fragrance. It was vintage. It was vintage second formulation. The new stuff was reformulated, so I bought the bottle's 8 years old. Smells so much better than the modern stuff, which is why he was stun locked, of course. He was in absolute awe, more than likely. I'm joking, by the way, but this is, you know, trying to pass the time. Are you playing this event? I'm not in Vietnam to physically play the event, no. We're watching this. Is that Deltara? Nah. Aren't you married, bro? Holy shit. Congratulations on your wonderful life. And honestly, you never playing Battlefield again. What a god. Everyone, round of applause for Deltara. What a man, you know? What a man. Can you say happy birthday to Avery? Happy birthday, Avery. Hopefully this wasn't a setup, you know? "45 seconds until, unfortunately, the countdown is gone and I can't appreciate the font style anymore."
You're that far ahead of me? That's crazy. I'm gonna refresh mine.
Yeah, you have to refresh, man.
That's I just saved 30 seconds right there.
Hmm.
God damn.
Are Amouage fragrances worth it? Yes, in my opinion, they are. Especially on discount websites. Don't pay... like, even at retail, they're arguably worth it because they're so high quality. And you really get what you pay for. They last a shit ton of time. They're extremely high quality. The presentation is second to none. They're just really all around really great. I really enjoy them. I own 16. It's not an exaggeration.
That's clean. That is clean. Love to see it.
Chào mừng các bạn đã cùng quay trở lại với những diễn biến tiếp theo trong ngày thi đấu cuối cùng hôm nay, nơi mà chúng ta đã chứng kiến tấm vé đầu tiên.
Sparkle Lady has returned to us. Thank God.
Và đội tuyển còn lại đó chính là
Double Sparkle Lady. Look at this.
Sẽ tiếp tục thi đấu trận đấu ngay sau đây, nơi mà DNI đang chờ sẵn.
Chenglong became the first team to qualify for the finals, and Toxic NSG will go to the lower bracket to face DNI.
Vậy thì còn chần chờ gì nữa? Ngay bây giờ chúng ta sẽ cùng chuẩn bị đến ngay với trận đấu giữa hai đội tuyển thứ hai trong ngày hôm nay, và đây sẽ là trận đấu quyết định đến tấm vé cuối cùng.
Neuron activation.
Guys, are you ready for the
My
next
chat
match?
said. You guys are freaky.
Ngay bây giờ hãy cùng chào đón cái tên đầu tiên sẽ bước ra sân khấu. Một đội tuyển có hành trình kỳ diệu tại giải đấu năm nay.
I have so much respect for native English speakers that learn how to speak any Asian language. I could never do it.
I heard Korean is pretty easy.
Well, not until I try.
Well, do you speak any other language?
What was that?
Whether you speak any other language?
No, I speak English, and that's pretty much it. I do understand.
You have a problem with any language then.
I do understand German, like bits of German.
Yeah.
Because I took it for multiple years, but you know, a bit rusty. I can get like 3 or 4 words in a sentence, and then piece it together.
That's all you need.
Cuối cùng trở lại bằng bản lĩnh và niềm tin. Họ đã mang đến cho khán giả những trận đấu giàu cảm xúc, và ngay lúc này, dưới sự dẫn dắt của Commander Dead Dog, DNI đã đứng trước cánh cửa cuối cùng để hành trình chinh phục đỉnh cao của họ tại Delta Fox Invitational 2025 Warfare sẽ có một giấc mơ được thực hiện. Liệu câu chuyện cổ tích có thể được viết tiếp? Hãy cùng chờ đón đội tuyển DNI.
Look at the team lineup, bro. They take up the whole stage.
Overwhelming homeland pressure from Rapid Lo-Fi, navigating life or death situations, finally winning their strengths back. And now, under the leadership of their commander Dead Dog, DNI stands at the final threshold on their journey to conquer this tournament. Can this miracle from the loser bracket continue? Can DNI complete this emotional journey with a perfect ending? Please, once again, welcome DNI!
Buffering. Oh, we're fine. They're just like... all these guys are just flexing on us, man.
chào đón đội tuyển thứ hai góp mặt trong trận đấu này, Tuxedo and XG.
It's interesting from a production perspective how to manage to do like the media day team shots.
Yeah, I was just saying they were all flexing on us there.
Yeah, so many. I would imagine it's so difficult as a spectator to know every single like. That has to be so hard to keep up with.
Their journey is far from
Or maybe you
over.
get used to
It's
it.
their time to rise stronger.
Euro bloke in your channel? This is Otter. OTTR, Otter. You played in the EU Elite
What do you
Series.
think in here, Anders?
So,
chúng ta sẽ cùng đến ngay với trận đấu tranh tấm vé cuối cùng bước vào trận chung kết tổng giữa Tuxedo and
well, we haven't seen one of these teams play, have we?
We saw TXG play it. This one who lost to.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the Nine. But it can be out of the lower bracket, so I would imagine.
Welcome back, folks, to DFIW. It is Grand Finals day, and it is time for the lower bracket finals.
All right, lower bracket final. I'm gonna say TXG takes it home out of the lower bracket here.
Get a bit of revenge and go back
That's what I would
into
imagine.
the championship to get their final revenge if they're able to take down DNI. DNI, though,
I was gonna
very
point it
good
out.
team.
Yeah, they have desk
Don't
mics.
be confused
Sort of
by the
like
fact that DNI is in the lower bracket.
headset
On
mics.
paper,
Yes, I
DNI
thought I
is the
saw
top
that.
three team, obviously, maybe top two. We'll see here in a moment.
Yeah, exactly. The cool thing about both of these teams is that both of them have now been put into the lower bracket by TL. So this is going to be awesome to see how these two
Both
teams
of these
stack
teams
up
put in the lower
against one
bracket by the
another.
team in the grand
I
finals.
personally am feeling like it's
Damn.
gonna be
Yeah.
pretty close.
I think it's going to be very close. I think both of these rosters are very talented. They've got some star players on them. However, one thing I will say is both of these rosters are very systematic.
How big do you reckon that
Comes down
screen in the
to
back
whoever
is?
adapts the best going into this
Very.
competition. Here we go.
Like
though,
100
folks,
feet
as a
wide?
Reminder about what's all has been
You think it's an
happening
actual
today.
screen?
This is day 4. We
It
have
might
been
be a
here for
projector,
4
maybe, I don't know.
full days
I would
with
imagine
a
a projector is
crazy amount of
easier
best
to
of
set
threes
up, but
for
it does
you,
look
and we
pretty
finally
bright.
made it to the last day, and we're into the penultimate best of 3. Dead Dog and Idol versus Tuxedo in XG. They did just get taken down 2-0 by TL. TL will be waiting in the grand finals for the winner of this matchup. And of course, that grand finals best of 3 will be right
Anthony,
after
thank you for banning
this.
people.
But for now, we got to figure out who's playing for that top spot and who's going home in third.
Look at this
As a reminder of
trophy,
how this
bro.
all works, it's going to be a best of 3. The judge will randomly roll a map. Let's
Jeez.
just hope it's not Threshold. We've seen it so many times. However, when that map is rolled, both teams will play attack and defend. If we finally
I wonder if
trade
it's heavy.
1-1 and go to game 3,
I could see it either being
we'll
like
explain the
super
tiebreaker
light or
rules
super
in its
heavy.
entirety. You can
It's
see
gotta be
on
so
the
heavy,
right
20
now.
people
Simple
exactly can
version
carry
is
it.
If you do better than your opponent, you're going to have an advantage in the selection of what either map or what side, attack or defend, that you want to be on
Honestly, that
for
makes
that
a lot of
final
sense.
game 3 to win the match. Vivid, talk to me about this bracket.
If
though.
it's
We're down to our
19, they
final
just
3
can't pick it
teams.
up.
Back against the wall.
Has to be exactly
Loser
20
goes
people.
home.
As you guys can see, man, we played a lot of.
There's only
warfare
been
over
a
the past
single
couple of days,
2-to-1
and this
match
very
the
currently
entire like
waiting
bracket
over
series.
on
Look at
the
this.
right is gonna be TL
That's
against
crazy.
DNI versus TXD here. DNI
Just been full
have
sweep the
4
whole way
games
through.
now in total under their belt. This will be their 5th. So
you would
pretty
imagine.
intense run here for the guys. Remember, we were kind of talking about
Actually,
earlier
maybe not.
how
I was gonna say because I
TL
think
and
taking long
TXD
they
both
just
had
seem like
yesterday off. DNI,
so
on
much
the
better
other
than
hand,
everyone
they
else.
had to win
So
2 games
maybe that'll
yesterday
also be a full
to
sweep.
actually
But
be
maybe
where they
this is the
are right
one
now. Of course,
match in the
opportunity
series
to
that's
get
the most,
themselves into
or a match in the
championship
tournament
game
that's the
now.
most competitive.
Yeah, we got to talk predictions. We got to talk about this matchup, and in particular, we got to talk about the fact that chat, you and I went perfect last match. So let's see what we do this time around. Vivid, it's weird, man.
Yes,
We're
this is
starting
losers
to
bracket
agree
final.
and get deeper
Losers
into
bracket
this
final.
competition. We're both saying 2-1 going into this one. I'll be curious to see what chat says. As a reminder, you can vote in chat if you think DNI is going to win this or if you think TXD is going to win this just by typing in the chat either of those abbreviations. Talk to me about this matchup. Why do you think 2-1? I probably agree with you.
Well, I don't know. DNI, I think they just look a little bit more well-rounded. I think TXD does very
The grand final
well
is today,
at
yes.
maintaining and controlling all the vehicles. We just saw how much time and effort they actually put into stratting and anti-stratting against their teams. Of course, this could go either which way depending on what map is actually pulled here.
But yeah,
Why aren't you in this tournament?
I'm just feeling the DNI.
Well, I don't have a 20-man team to play
DNI
Delta
as well.
Force.
Now listen, I didn't copy you, you copied me. I put my prediction in
This is
first.
20v20. It's not like
I'm a huge fan of DNI.
5v5.
They have battled the most throughout the course of this competition. They've played the most games, and they've done it in a pretty fantastic fashion. Yes, they lost 0-2 to TL earlier in the upper bracket, but I want to remind everybody about that match.
Okay,
If you
this
missed
cosplay
it,
goes
it was
insanely
actually
hard.
Very close in the second game. Obviously, we've got some amazing fans and some amazing cosplayers out in the audience. And like I said before, the hometown heroes may be out of the competition top 4. The question is, who is the audience cheering for? Maybe they're just cheering for a good match. Let's talk about this roster at a little bit more intensity. I think first and foremost,
Yes, let's talk about the
name,
20-man
great
roster,
commanders,
yes.
doing everything right. Talk to me about a couple other individual stars from this roster.
Yeah, you were kind of asking me why I think DNI are going to win this. I can point out one single. I can actually point out 2 squads. I can really just point out all 20 of them. But Sargent, Stax, Styx, and Artyom. Specifically, Artyom will be putting on an absolute blender. Their kill count will be very, very high at the end of this match. I can almost guarantee it. And I was kind of hyping up TXT for how they're going to be playing the vehicles. There is a squad on DNI with one of those star players over there that is very good at destroying vehicles on your screen right there. Our only female player.
Look at the
here
desk,
this
man.
tournament.
Look at the
That's
desk
gonna be
space.
Odo. She does such an absolute
Cool to see a female
great
player.
Look
job.
at this. Look at these spoiled players. Look at this guy. He gets to put his arm on the desk and like it just makes me sick.
Yeah, Hodu, a fantastic player,
look at,
great
dude.
engineer. Watch out for her on the map.
You know?
But definitely already on the top Slayer. But let's talk about TXD, Romania. Really good commander, really great job from this entire roster.
People at LAN have better desks than me, bro.
If you erase that match from your
Think about
brain,
that.
you would think, hey, TXD have a really good chance to win this. And I still think that they do. I think they have a better chance of winning against the likes of DNI, which is why I gave them at the very least a map. Both these teams play very similarly, and both have similar star power. NTPP has been the hero of this roster in the kills category. The top 2 fraggers in the entire competition out of any team here has been NTPP and Artyom from DNI. It's going to be a head-to-head matchup from
Is
both
this guy
these
playing in a
infantry players,
blazer?
not
What
vehicle operators, to see who gets the better of their opponent.
What a goal.
That is a very good point. I am excited to kind of see who comes out on top for this one. Obviously, TXT fresh off of just playing
Millionaire
a match up
teamer,
against TL.
millionaire streamer buying it. Yeah.
So
Well,
hopefully having the ability to go ahead and reset.
chat, I'm just gonna have to move out to get a new
Yes,
desk.
all of them
Simple as
have
that.
that.
It's just simple as
All
that.
of them have desk mics. Just some of them do.
Operating the
I mean, I'm not seeing any
helicopter
here,
when that is
but I know I
in
did see
play.
one.
Zombra, though, very
one
good at
point.
controlling some of those
Maybe it's
round
just a commander.
vehicles. As you can see here,
Commander
some of
gets
the
like
top
a-
stats from both of our
Golly.
teams. Actually, I should not say some of our top stats from both of
Big
our
yeah,
teams.
I don't know.
Some of our top stats from just one
Are they
team.
pretty? I mean,
I will
I'd
say,
imagine
yes, this is Artyom's story.
they only gave those
and,
mics to people
we're
that
all
don't
just
have
kind of
their own,
subplot
maybe?
characters in it. However, DG Alpha, big shout, most assists for this roster, doing a really good job. I will also remind everybody, the stats padded here a little bit. DNI has played more games, okay?
True.
Let's be very clear about that. So I think you could see some TXT members. They took the entire day off yesterday because they hadn't lost. But as we compare the top players,
Seem like y'all
these
have
are the
them. I-
two heroes. These are the two
I didn't see any
fraggers,
on
and
that
this time
desk.
less Venn diagram and more of just a comparison. TXT versus DNI. Reminder, there's extra games in here. DNI has played more, so the score is going to look different. But when you look at average, there is still a lead on Artyom's side.
Yeah, it's just those kills, man. I mean, honestly, 50 and 43, there's not a big difference there. Unfortunately for Artyom, he had a game yesterday, actually, where, surprisingly enough, I think it was throughout the match, never really found more than around, like, 30 or something like that, which I'm saying that, and you're like, if he got 30, that's pretty good.
They
But
recommend a
we're used to
good,
seeing Artyom drop,
long-lasting
like,
women's
60, 70.
fragrance.
So if that match never happened, I guarantee
Yes,
his
I mean,
average
what-
would've been
what
at
do you
like
wanna-
70. So for
what
me,
do you
the
think is a
ceiling
woman's
for
fragrance?
Artyom, and obviously
Like, what
the
is-
average as well is just a little bit higher.
Is
than
it
any
for
team.
somebody,
Again, could go
or
either
is it
which
for
way.
yourself,
We gotta
or
turning our eyes towards which map we're gonna play. We don't know yet.
Gosh.
As a reminder,
We
it
have
is
to.
a randomly generated map, folks. If we
Yeah,
get
we got a
Threshold again,
muscle
I'm
man
gonna
in
take a
here.
lap around this stadium. Here we go. What map are we playing?
sleeves
for
pulled up.
these two teams? We are headed to
All right,
Cracked.
Cracked.
Only for the second time. We haven't seen Cracked.
Ooh, Cracked
since
is
I
gonna be
noticed one.
interesting.
round
Yeah,
one,
I know this map very
I wanna say
well.
It was the first round of the lower
It's not a
bracket,
big
you
open
put
field,
No
isn't it?
Mercy, where
So
they
the
Imagine
first
like a
sector,
Ryzen.
the attackers, if I remember correctly,
great start
have a
from them,
lot
but it's
of
the second
very
time
powerful
we've
head
seen
glitches
that. And I would
overlooking
say,
the first sector.
frankly, this is the first time in a very long time that we have seen
And then the second sector is kind of split between
compared to the map.
2 points. The first point is like kind of elevated on a hill with a little bunker building area. Then the second point is more of like a rooftop dominated point looking down in a courtyard. And of course you can destroy the warehouses in the later points as well.
Yeah.
Just showed the head-to-head of the two star players, Artium.
Oh, this guy is getting real close with that monitor.
Both of those players find all of their kills.
For myself, I like YSL.
Score high average kills per game.
Try YSL Opium.
That's why I got big glasses.
Ground, right?
I know
So they're
people
gonna be feeling very,
ask me about my glasses a lot. I got big ones, big round ones, so I can use my peripheral vision. I got fought ahead of it. Because I had smaller glasses and you have to turn your head all the time.
Is it like actually tech though? I've never worn glasses, so I don't know.
So you're asking me who do I think this
I don't know if it's a known tech, but it definitely works for me.
Okay. Glasses tech.
Glasses tech, exactly. You gotta pick the right ones.
My 2-1.
I just don't like turning my head for no reason.
I'm liking it a
I
little
mean,
bit
ideally,
more.
I would just not have to
Like
wear
the
any
D9
glasses,
even
but I do
more on
have
this
to
map.
wear them,
Okay.
so.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
And just
I
get
don't
the big
hate
wide
it.
ones.
Yeah, now, again, let's talk a little bit more.
Might look a bit goofy,
you know,
but
say about crack
it's
in general.
optimal.
I
It's
think, you know,
meta.
to be very clear,
Meta
it's not
glasses.
that there's no vehicles on this map. There's certainly vehicles on this map, and frankly, those vehicles can't
Yeah,
make
Sulky,
monitors.
you should
What
try
does
Libra.
I do not recognize it.
Maybe try some Libra from YSL or maybe Opium.
You lose your vehicle.
I would recommend Chanel though. In my opinion, Chanel makes some of the most
Let's take a look at the audience
elegant
prediction. I had asked
feminine
you for
fragrances
Oh,
ever
that's
made.
interesting.
Ever made in the history of
Maybe one
perfume,
of the
just
closest
period.
We've ever seen Vivid 54 to 46. Wow.
Chanel number 5, number 19, number 22.
We're saying we're giving a slight
Chance.
advantage towards DNI.
What else do they make?
Not a major
Coco,
one.
Coco Mademoiselle, all that stuff.
I would say it was a vote of 56.
Very classy.
Six incredible cosplayers. I think audience is saying 2-1 as well.
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a
A little bit of an edge
Is
out there.
Saw
not
in,
surprised, but,
Delta
you know,
Force?
Once again, we think that this
Yes.
is going to be very, very close. Both of these teams have lost to TL.
But Sulky, try Libra as well from YSL and Opium.
Just a little
And there are a
bit
bunch.
over
So if maybe if there's a
2
department store near you,
minutes.
you can go try.
I believe DNI is going to be starting on the attack for this one, which means that TXT is left up.
So this
to
guy's a
defend. Again, the
desk
vehicles
mic.
are gonna play a
Somebody in
big
chat
part
asked
of
about
this,
it. There's
not something we see on
you have the
other
dynamic
maps.
mic and you have
How
the
they kind of
what's the other one?
incorporate them into some of the plays
My
out
brain
here.
is not.
That sector A
But the
Brain's not
dynamic
it
mic.
just always gets me so excited because we see
Sorry?
multiple different
Dynamic mic
strategies
and-
used, of course, over the course of this specific
Yes.
tournament. And
Push to
all
talk,
these
Mike, or-
ones
I'm not-
being casted together.
Yeah.
No,
I think
It's like the
a good
different
shot.
types of
It can be pretty variable. We've seen some pretty interesting strategies here, but again, we've only seen this map one time.
called
This could open the
condenser.
Door to some new things.
Oh.
Maybe you're a fan of Cracked again.
Okay.
We say this
So
all the time, Cracked is the
I would assume these are
OG
dynamic
map.
mics, so they don't pick up that
This
much
is the
background
game that
noise.
came
But the
out during
condenser mics are
Alpha.
usually like
Playing
very
Warfare
sensitive.
before you even knew what
Silk,
was
I mean,
going
it's
on,
just-
Delta Force.
Just
And
one of
so
the
I'm
it's
sure
one of the
teams
goats.
are
It's
playing
like
Cracked
it's like 15
thousands of
bucks.
times.
You know, like
Prepare for the game, 90
it's made by
seconds on the
Pierre
clock, they are
Bourdon.
loading
Pierre
in
Bourdon's one of the best perfumers that's ever
Now,
lived.
we did
So
see how good of a job
it is what it is.
he did at anti-stratting TL just in the last match that they played. In terms of DNI, right? DNI, neither of these teams, for a matter of fact, have not played Cracked this tournament yet, right? So not going to have the ability to go ahead and anti-strat. Again, one of the reasons I'm feeling a little bit more confident in DNI's ability to go ahead and take this one. But 1 minute goes before we jump into this.
right,
thing.
I want to
So
see
Strategy.
clear
stakes
strategy
that are
differences
on the
between these
line.
two rosters
Whoever
here.
wins goes into the grand final match. They got to face TL for the second time.
Is there a chopper
We'll
on
have to try
Cracked
to
as
take
well, or is that
down,
like
but
just
first,
on
what stands in the way is
I don't think there's a
DNI
heli on this map,
TXT.
unless they changed something. I do
Losing
not remember there
out of the
being a heli.
tournament, You will get third place.
That's right. Third place is nice, but playing in the championship would be huge. You're seeing humongous leaps in pricing. $60,000 if you're able to win it all. 40,000 for second, 30,000 for third. All of these teams have won a sizable amount of money, but it's a big leap if you're able to win this.
This one's going 3 maps for sure.
Dialed.
Are you spoiling the
Ready
script?
to rock and roll.
Pheromonas? Huh?
TXD.
Just script it? No.
How good is their mental?
We're kidding.
Haven't seen them
Joking.
from a loss straight into a game yet. Their first loss just suffered a moment ago. Will really test their resolve. But
I know nothing.
load in.
Okay. Yeah,
And
okay.
again, as always,
No,
I
okay.
want to remind you that DNI is going to be on the attack, which means they
All right.
will be in red the entire
I got
time you're watching this map. TXD will be defending first.
I got TXG.
In green. Both teams known for their system.
Aventus
Both
Cologne.
teams known to be very strategic, very methodical.
Okay.
With a couple of heroes,
Okay.
star players. Let's see who steps
That's a nice
out,
one.
steps
It's very
above the
nice.
rest.
Creed does
Showcases why they've
Creed
earned
does
their spot
fresh
in the grand
well.
finals to play against TL.
That's their
Let's
thing.
Jump into the map, crack a fun one. Another 3-sector map. We go from A to B1 and B2, C1 and C2, and that is it, folks. Let's
All right.
jump straight
Let's
into
get
the
in.
game.
Sector A, here we go. A one.
I don't know if you just saw
sector.
vehicles going
A lot of
way
teams
right.
like to go for
Yep,
this
way
right
right.
side over here. The
Wide to the right
ATVs
here. I can't even
find an
speak.
extreme value for what feels like the first
Oh, wow.
time in a Warfare game. Usually they're pretty hard to do something like that, but teams are going to go ahead and take those ATVs, put the spawn beacon
didn't know
down,
you could
and
even go
find
that far.
themselves on top of the hill that overlooks the point. There should be a
So
big
much
battle
fun.
for this. TXT
So
does
the
not
attackers
look
here are
involved,
probably
not
going to try to
interested
just
in actually
wrap
fighting
on
for this hill.
both sides
DNI
super
having to
wide
do
and then
this.
just
I already
like
see a flank coming
just
in
get a
on all the way
circle
on the
around the
left side of your
defenders.
screen.
Yeah.
At this
Down
point
to
is
the
super
DNI,
hard to
they're really
defend.
trying to trap their
I'm not
opponent.
sure how it is in
Hit
comp,
that is
but
A, rather than trying to give up
in
a
pubs,
high
it was
ground and
very
all
annoying.
death ball together.
Yeah.
We've seen death ball strategies from HR that really didn't pay off on this map. They got kind of stockpiled into these buildings and then just got fragged out by all the explosives. So far, so good for DNI. Already putting pressure onto the point, already taking high ground, already taking the flanks. Looking really strong for an A push, but a nice setup here.
This
from
is the
Grizzly.
M7.
Yes, this is
Aeron
the
on
M7.
map right now, picking up a
He's got to
multi-kill
get this
in
kill.
I like the
mid
skin
zone.
on it. I really like the
For
skin on
more
it.
value up on the edge.
Got a quick peek who that squad was actually on the flank. That was going to be Artium's squad alongside Stick Stacks. and
Very interesting
Saracen.
So they're sending the top
Man, that's
fragger
gonna feel bad for
Artyom
TXT
to
having
flank
that
here.
Squad on the flank, right? Pretty much free reign overlooking the point. But as I see TXT making a big push towards that hill that was controlled by them just not too long ago. And once again, the point is just going to be all about trying to get onto it for DNI, right? Smokes are pretty heavily used on this point. Those choke points are not too friendly.
The
for
TTK
walking
is actually
through.
slower than
As a
I
utility is able to
imagine.
find a lot of
Yeah,
value,
the
and
TTK
we've
is-
actually seen a Seneva shield a couple of
It's
times
pretty. It's
on
pretty
this
quick. I
map.
mean,
Gonna
it's
wanna try to
if
get
you're in that
ability,
mid range, you can definitely get
try to hold
beams.
it
But
down, as I can see that front-facing building
the way the
right below
gunplay is
hill
in this
here
game,
is already broken down.
it can be pretty difficult to beam at range, especially against good players.
Important
They're
point,
not going to let
there's
you
not,
get
frankly,
free
that much
free
cover
beams.
on this map. Looks like TXT knows this flank's going to be coming in soon. They've got a couple players.
No,
out
that's
here
what I would
trying to
imagine
hold
for
it.
sure. Like if they just have good
Just straight
movement,
up
like
win
you're
the
just not gonna
gunfights
get
here
that.
in order to find some
But I'm just
value.
noticing
Saw
nobody's
Tempest
really dying.
zipping around back there. Looks like
They got to get a
will
big
be running that
concentrated
at
push
Sticks and
on
Stacks, like you
after
had
like
mentioned,
a
up
couple
on the flank.
picks. That's when we'll see a
So
bunch
far,
of
the
fights.
defense is able to keep bodies on the point and maintain it full green. Slowly but surely, our attack actually being
The defenders
deployed
are
right
really
now
aggressive
point
on
itself.
like actually
Priority
jump
around the
peeking them
flanks.
in their power positions on these
Yeah.
hills.
Big fight over there. It's pretty
Yeah.
much just one squad.
But I
versus
guess it
another
makes sense,
squad
right? They don't really
now
have good
on
cover.
that hill. If one of them ever breaks, it's going to speak to big advantages.
Yeah, like
for
he
either
just
one
did
of
it
the
there.
sides, and,
Winters just did it.
honestly, TXT is doing a great
Yeah.
job. Not often do we
Yo,
actually see
this
a
guy's in
squad
this
get
cannon.
directly involved
You just gotta
on that
catch
full
him
lip
off
of the
guard,
hill, right?
'cause
Because you
this
are
is-
so
Wait, this is-
close to where the enemy does
That is a
spawn.
big ass cannon. What the
Dead
hell?
Dog, by the way, sniper in hand. If you didn't notice that, actually picking one up there on Nell 2G from a distance.
I did
while
not
his
know there was a
teammate is in
cannon
that
in this
AA
map.
gun shelling
Maybe
the
that's new.
point.
That's
Maybe
his
trying to
outplay,
open
that
up a hole here, picking up some of the flanking players, or rather some of the players from the defense spawning in. Just trying to give his team a numbers advantage near the point. Romania is going to mark the point.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
a
we like
hold
even
here.
the way they were peeking in there. It makes
If
sense. You
this
catch them on
point
the run up,
is
hmm
fully
so they can't actually
maintained by
like play the
defense
power
for the next
positions
couple minutes,
and shoot down on them.
and they will earn
The
quite a
defenders
bit of
have
extra
lost
score.
the priority over these hills here.
Look at all the smokes.
Look at how many. Oh my God! Look at how many
Value
defenders
here,
pushed over this
Grizzly.
building here. They do
You're gonna
not
wanna
want
find
them
yourself
having
inside
like
one of those
front
smokes,
front
right?
presence
So
on that
way
building
your
at all.
stinger on your team can go ahead and revive you if you do unfortunately go down, which is why we
They
see
might have
such
let the
a
right
high
side get way too
revival
weak,
count on
though.
Some of these points. Pivotal point now for TXT.
And now that
This
cannon
building
is
sitting up
spamming.
on the roof is obviously going to be super great as we see Oak right there on the engineer
here, trying to take out that gun.
We're down 50 lives in 4 minutes. Yeah, you're burning through lives right now on this first point, and as per the usual crack, here's the thing about this map. This first point, it may look easy. It's not that easy to take down.
The attackers haven't been able to really flank that well.
Some of these wide open sight lines.
No, they tried to strat at the start, and then they kind of just gave up on it.
Yeah, they're not going like far right anymore.
The problem with flanking is that if you get cut down, you're not
Maybe they,
picked up either.
I don't know, maybe they lost to Jewels.
We're down to 115 lives already, folks. Here in the next 5-ish minutes, this game could be over if DNI doesn't change strategies here. Slow down.
They're already down.
Prioritize keeping people alive.
How many? 65 tickets, I think.
Yeah, really, what I would like to see them do is send another squad on that flank, on that right side.
Wait, how many?
Help out that squad.
Doesn't it start at
Sarah,
160?
Jen, Artyom,
Or is it 170 in this map?
and Stacks. They've been over there. They've been fighting.
Isn't it 180?
Kills, but they have not been able to make any ground so
I thought it was
far,
160 the whole time.
quite frankly, you're not making any ground towards the front of the point either. So
Okay, they're sending a vehicle far right now.
Find some value over there. The vehicle from Wanza is going to do just that. Try to find some value on the flank.
Red had a huge push through a line while smoking both lanes that they could get shot from. I really like this play.
This is interesting.
No.
It's pretty much a death ball. They don't really have much of a map presence. Oh, that. Okay.
Doesn't look.
Does anyone know what that guy with the vehicle is doing?
Draw some attention so that this force of attackers.
No, was there like a legit strat there or what?
Well, the defense turned around. But
he was just trying to distract them.
Completely needless sacrifice. Could have played a little bit slower there. 109 and counting. Certainly the lives have slowed down in terms of dwindling.
KingSteed just has so much map control. If you put all 20 people on one angle, like you're not gonna. He's gonna get shot from all the other angles.
Man, this is a
it does seem like they're slowly making their way through.
Very uncharacteristic of a team of this caliber, and finally we're starting to see more red than green. Finally, we're starting to see a path being paved by the infantry on the ground, and Dead Dog knows it. Gonna drop that urgent deployment. Says, please, let's get on the point. Let's move on to the B sector. We're gonna mark the objective to earn the extra score when they think we certainly will get it.
Finally, I see that Artyom squad, they did win out on that flank. No more green over there. So now they can kind of free flow in onto the flank. If they're able to get behind enemy lines right here, look at all this.
It makes sense to swing the right here because they have no real cover.
Yeah.
For them. Keep your eye on the
shooting gallery pretty much.
Right now,
look where the snipers are. The snipers are preventing the defenders from like rotating back in, even from those far angles there. It just makes it annoying. Like if you rotate in, you're like 60 HP.
Yeah, we have a lot of smokes there, and obviously really smokes, but I actually got the point. They did do a retake.
An objective call, which you can earn extra score with, and they
at least DNI got like a.
That essentially did nothing.
They did get some map control there. They just couldn't really win their. It was considered ones, but that's not what that was. That was their 20s.
Their 20s, yeah.
Finally, DNI getting a little bit of help here with some vehicles. This should hopefully open things up. The assault vehicle,
man,
one
that
thing,
is.
Doesn't help all that much. Wants on a tank though. This should help, and the defense knows it. They're going to prioritize trying to take down this tank nearly immediately.
Yeah. More than halfway through your tickets, through your lives, and finally the vehicles are going to be the one thing.
TXT again. Just
this tank is getting fucked up.
A bit of a crutch here, but I'm not going to lie. TXD.
Do the defenders not have vehicles?
Why they've been so good in the vehicle game. That tank is forced to sit all the way
I don't see any. I don't think they do.
I don't see any. Maybe we can call in.
This guy's inting in the vehicle once again.
What is he doing? What is he cooking with that?
But again, that assault vehicle not too good unless you're able to find a giant.
I just don't have any words, Otter. I don't have any description for that.
Nobody was on the ground. They're all on the building top.
Does he get spawns in that?
He does get spawns. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get it behind him, but he's trying to get it behind him by driving through everybody.
Is that for this DNI team to take A, they may have to
Pheromonas, what is that guy doing, bro?
Sacrifice this giant tank to make
sure he's just straight up selling.
Crazy. The game. Certainly helps when you got a tank.
Dude, the tank dropped in at 25 HP because they were shooting it in the air. That's so nuts.
We've seen it time and time again. B1 taken by the attack quickly, held by
110 tickets burned on this one point.
Here just to get the point. I can't imagine we're able to take.
Do they get more tickets when they take the point? Or
yes, they do. They get 60, but
60 every time.
Yes.
Okay.
Vehicles for DNI are going to
so you'll feel it. You'll feel it.
They're gonna get held here. I feel like they're gonna get full held.
the longer this takes, the more.
If one of these tanks goes down, they are in big trouble.
Those lives.
Yeah. TXT does such a good job, like I said, they're picking the run up and just not letting them get to that power position and do those good angles.
It feels like no matter who the better team
But
is,
I feel like TXT is just straight up winning the
shots
duels.
on the top, a vehicle called in finally for the defense.
Like every time I look at it, it's just like
With that
you just
vehicle landing,
hop
this
in,
could
take
be
it
the
one
nail
on
in
one.
the coffin for DNI to not even capture point A.
Just
A
bleed him out
huge
one at a
pickup
time.
here for the defense, barely able to secure it, but able to get a vehicle in the first point is wild at an esports level like this on LAN. Whistly's already earned an artillery barrage as well. Going to be dropping that on the point. They want to hold here. They want to hold an A. They've already done their job, but if they can take care of one of these vehicles with it, this could be a big win for the defense. Here's the push. Artillery over the top. It's all red on the point. Finally, they've earned their right to take Sector A.
Oh my God.
Defense did a fantastic job.
That took forever.
Absolutely, it did take a
Yeah.
plethora of
The question is if they
vehicles
can
on a map like
stabilize this now or
Fractal.
if it's,
EXD
it costs
are
them too
winning
much.
the gun
I could say
battles
cost
on
them
the
too
ground.
much to
I'm
get the
not
second
entirely
point.
sure why the LAV from the defensive
What are
side
we doing?
is
What are we
overextending onto a sector that we
There's
have
some
already
interesting
lost.
vehicle plays going on. So
Yeah, I don't-
we've
I don't know
had
what's happening.
double like transport vehicle ints, and then the defenders int their lav.
True mistake. There's no qualms about it. You drive into 3 enemy vehicles.
That's what I was talking about, like it's just big
What do
open
you
field
get
though.
for
There's
it?
so many.
You lose your lob. It does look like
I remember I
defense
played this
earns
map
so
a
much
ton,
score. They're gonna be able to
and there's so
replenish,
many
I suppose.
spots just like
Maybe
this. It's just big open
traded a
field.
vehicle
Yeah,
out
so
there.
hard to, like,
the
cross it.
crosses here are going to be
Sure,
difficult, but
maybe
there is
traded
one
a
push
Soul
the
vehicle out,
attackers
but
can do that is going to be
man,
really
I
good.
don't know. That
They
one
should
felt
probably
weird to me.
prioritize going like far right,
Here comes the push.
but
Only
I think the
130
defenders know it and they have a
lives, but
tank
these
far
sectors
right.
is going to be very difficult.
Oh yeah.
The attack does have their tank destroyer still. The strike team on the backside trying to kill it. Fail.
The attackers are going far left actually. And yes, the defending tank is here to meet them.
Sector B with these vehicles. If they win a couple more vehicle fights, here he goes.
Ooh,
Legacy
oh no.
sacked the IFB and went straight for the tank destroyer and is going to punish his opponents. Maybe getting around.
Maybe they go
this
one for
tank.
one?
Engineers are doing
No.
work. DNI
He
holds
tries to
Sarah
push it on
J.
1
will not
HP
fall.
and just sacks
Look
the
how
own
many
vehicle, his own vehicle there.
engineers are around those two vehicles.
man.
Unbelievable amount of healing, and Legacy again punished for such an aggressive
And we just watched
play.
they were TXT
You're
were
highlighting
playing
the engineers.
the
I want to go
vehicles
ahead and
really
highlight Wanza playing
solidly,
Big Brother
in the
the
previous match,
tank.
weren't they?
The tank destroyer
Yes.
from the defensive side
It's like
was
night and
rolling
day
coordination
difference.
is- the
They were
coordination
ended
is-
up
Same
against the
players.
rock, so that way it could not continue the onslaught.
Maybe they don't play this map that much.
Onto
potentially?
Sarah Jin.
I think they're just making
Great
mistakes.
play there between the two vehicles. Now Sarah Jin is
choking
going
it.
to be able to free flow around the map. Does not have to worry about Legacy's tank destroyer as long as there's not another one being called in right now. As I do see there is one being called in. The tank destroyer is trying to find value. Tank
This
is
tank's
trying,
dead.
it
There's
must
no way it
do.
lives.
There's a tank under heavy fire from the defensive side.
It does look like we lose one and gain one. Barely able to keep that IFV alive. Assault vehicle's gone. That has no chance. In TPP playing spoiler as per the usual. On, by the way, the engineers, knowing that they need some extra rockets. In TPP can't get away with playing something like a Nox or a Tempest. Instead, is going to make sure he prioritizes killing vehicles and then killing players. Dead Dog has marked an objective to hold. I would assume it's going to be B1 to hold rather than a retake already on B2. That's going to net them extra score that they need.
What is this guy doing with his rocket, bro?
Use the Allure rocket to scout things out. Artillery barrage incoming. Oh no. Really low here, and it does go down. Big shout out to Winter there, TXT with that Allure rocket.
Yeah, Myang's been in that tank for quite some time, does eventually go down. And if you take a look at the bottom of your screen, been nullified are the vehicles of DNI. I do believe the tank.
I can imagine B2 is quite hard to take.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Tank get blown up right there.
They have to take the roofs. And they have to clear the defenders off of the outskirts, right? And that's going to be really hard when the sector's so wide.
The vehicle game is 1-1. As we say that, I do see some fake parachutes off in the distance. Looks like another vehicle being called in for the attack side.
Quick look over the top briefly. You see that B2.
Yeah, the defenders are already trying to take
carried
the
by
roof backs here.
Classic squad. Stick stacks up on the point, trading live, trying to harry the defense to keep them engaged at B2 so that the team can fully regain at B1.
This is pretty much a full reset. Yeah, full reset. So defense has right side roof control again.
And then coordinate another push. push.
And now it's 2 vehicles on the right side of the map versus, I think, 1 for the defenders.
Nice. Monza does find those pesky little engineers.
I find it interesting that the observers pretty much only
They were honestly
aerial
doing a
view.
lot of damage in this
I think I've seen like one.
They're gonna destroy that tank before it comes down. Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Picking up the vehicles that were falling down from the sky. That's going to be a success. Now they're going to be up in the game. The vehicle game is 2-1 right now.
But it seems like they're getting some control back at least.
Yes, they've gotten some right side control.
The onslaught towards B2 can continue now.
Well, what is Mini
all
doing?
about the vehicle game, but look at the position for the attack.
He's just winning these duels,
This
just cleaning up.
side that they are on right now is very heavily valued.
That was expensive.
Dead Dog still sniping, by the way, and actually getting a snipe off on the enemy
The
commander.
vehicles are like
Pretty good shot.
really.
That's extra score. Let's see a big push here around the right
It's
side.
just absolutely vital.
Backs out of B2 to see how much
You basically can't
red
play the game
by
without the
TXT.
vehicles.
It's actually being read quite nicely by a tank. Zombra, though,
This
I
is
don't
a mistake
think
from
knows that
Zombra. He's
LA
way
is gonna
overextended
swing
here.
in and
He's
punch
dead. He's
there.
dead here.
There it
Yeah.
is. See you later. Perfectly executed by DNI. Instead of a strike team, they sent about half of their entire squad and just outnumber their opponents. They pinch onto B2.
And I think they're disrespecting each other a little bit. Definitely
right
TXT.
now. They're all spawning in
The way they
from
were
the far side, throwing rockets down
on the first
range.
point, the way they were
There's
just
too many engineers
constantly
on the
like
DNI
hopping into
side.
their spawn.
They should get some serious
And maybe they got a little bit
value
of
from
fake
B2,
confidence
and
there.
maybe even fight
Yeah.
to capture
And
Sector B.
DNI might have gotten like
Absolute collapse onto the point of B2.
got their
Attack
bearings
is
back,
going
so to speak.
sneak in, right, because the 2 vehicles, 40 and 9.
Dude, look in the.
Did seem to turn their focus towards the point.
Can I
They cannot go ahead and blow that
I need to put
tank
some
up.
respect
As we
on the
hear
tank
urgent
call-in
deployment being called in
meta,
from both sides.
because they're
At the
calling
same
in tanks
exact
behind the
time,
tallest
well,
buildings
for DNI,
so that the tank
they
gets
should be able
covered
to
by like
destroy
LOS
it
faster.
onto the point, be it that anybody ever goes down. Take a look at the point though. I see
And
what, like
even that's
3,
barely enough.
maybe
Yeah, it's
4
barely enough.
players
20
on
people
TXT
looking
on
at
the
it.
point. Some of these players got to start getting here, and it's all about the urgent deployment. I'm seeing a lot more find their way here now.
Yeah, Wansa picking up another vehicle kill as well. Just really well done from Wansa, as per usual. One of the best in the biz. And again, this is classic strategy. The commanders will match sometimes when the score is very even. One urgently deploys, the other does as well. Artillery barrage is coming in though, and a strategic beacon now from the defense to keep bodies on the point. It is a trading of blows, and it is a lot of score invested from both teams for Sector B. Whoever wins out here in Sector B could very well win this map because of the amount of score that's already been called in. There's another artillery barrage also matching the attack.
Hard pushing this
Big
guy. Oh
push.
my god.
Legacy can't even buy a life on this map. Anytime Legacy gets a vehicle, Legacy goes down. B1 in complete control, at least for a moment. B2 captured, and they have to try this. Defense spawns on the backside.
And they
Oh,
try
shit,
to
that
back
back
cap B1.
Attackers invested all
They
their
might get
vehicles
away
for
with it, right?
B2.
I mean, there's no
Here
way.
comes
No,
the
Nah, I don't think so.
There's
Well, no, there's a team spawn beacon in the building. Their whole team can spawn in B1.
They get the vehicle down and spawn
If you get the, if you
This is
get the
gonna work.
vehicles,
This is gonna work.
Oh, the tank's going down.
They are going to completely retake
Wait.
this point. You do not
Holy shit, it actually worked.
Oh shit! No, no, they're taking it.
down as well.
Oh, that has to be devastating. That has to be
No
devastating.
way, bro.
Shout out to whoever put that
Oh,
down.
man.
Able to put the whole team of TXT onto B1.
Wow.
Somehow they destroyed 2 vehicles
Wow.
while taking B1. And because of
How
all
did they
that,
leak
when
to
the
B1?
dust
I
does
want to see
settle,
who
they're
actually
gonna be in
spawned in there
control of
first.
B1, and the vehicle game is going to be equalized 1-to-1. A tank for DNI and a LAV available for TXD. But you want to talk about equalizing things? Not really, because that was a huge win for TXD no matter what happens on this B sector. DNI down to 40 tickets remaining.
Yeah, this is really well done from TXT, and the fact that they were
DNI could be held held here.
Actually, it was a great play.
That
Great
B1
defense,
play was
great body on
absolutely
point.
devastating.
It feels like a misplay here from DNI more than
Dude, the
anything.
mental
They
boom.
knew
And now the vehicle coming to
after
B2.
B2 was fully wiped. Was the spawn on the far side straight ahead down that street? Where are they gonna go if they can't
Look
go
how
to B2?
split they're getting
They're gonna
too.
be B1.
Yeah,
They're
they're really split right now, and of course,
They're definitely on tilt.
Meltdown
100%.
right now.
Oh my gosh,
oh my god, even the mines!
Perfect
The mines! The
mines
tank
there
drives into
for
mines!
G. Won't be punished by that
Oh,
again.
no.
And we're seeing a full
Oh,
retake
mental
of
boom.
almost both points. What a catastrophe for DNI.
So
after
Jover.
so much momentum was regained. TXD putting up a great showing here on defense and cracked.
I think that's it. I think DNI gets held the sector.
Yeah.
thought they all went to B2
That 100% won the game.
If they can
Play that
recover
forward.
and
All
like
vehicles
on
gained
mental
just
boom
the
themselves
vehicle trades here. DNI got a little
for
bit
the
too
second map,
desperate,
or
get
second
punished
round.
for it.
Yeah, this is all done.
Because you can tell, like, they started, maybe they were feeling a bit cold. They really started out, like, on their back feet with TXT being so aggro.
Think about it, man.
And they just could not like, get the momentum in the game again. Or even get the game started.
With very little
And then you had the weird vehicle plays, you know, the suicide bomber just goes straight in.
Exactly.
The car. This is not, like,
right now, probably. If anything, the defense is going to give it to them so they can back up and prepare for B2. The second thing they're going to do is they've got to leave one of these tanks on B1 while everybody else goes to B2. If you
Mental chalk for DNI. Yeah, chat.
So at least one tank on B1 while the rest of everybody else heads to B2. An artillery barrage landing on top of B1.
Ooh, wow.
Not a bad strategy to
I wonder if the commander or the team or both are just mental booming.
Red is picking up kind of an insane amount of
Well, it
value
was.
here on the point, and Sarah Jin falls.
Hold on.
Job not done.
Hold on.
As we move towards
Holding.
B2, the defense out of vehicles.
This.
The attack, the final push.
The attackers need to go now. The defenders are way split.
We have marked B2, I can only assume.
They don't have numbers.
Have to.
If they're careful.
DNI needs to recognize they have numbers.
Wiped the map. The tanks were picking up so many kills right
But now that now the defenders are coming back. Yeah.
So that same exact
They had numbers for a second there. It's just I don't know if they could capitalize on the window.
And what better to do that than a
But they have to come for the choker. If they just get some high ground control, maybe it's enough.
If this tank can cut off any sort of rotations.
Green right now. Artillery strike landing on top of the point as well. We know where the green are. We know they're not going to go for B1.
But TXD is just on the roofs already. Look, what is this fucking tank? What?
Take it to the skies and a tank goes up on top.
He's taking roof control. He's taking roof control with the tank.
This artillery barrage is causing so much chaos that right
That
now,
is crazy.
nobody that is
How did he
green
even
is
do that? That
dying
must be
on
some
the
next
point.
level tech to do that.
Finally, we see Johan down below picking up
Bro.
This is sticks and stacks, lighting up this kill feed.
What
Finally, we
the-
see
Bro.
start to fall in B1.
There is
Complete
no
control of Miami
way they
holding
get
down
this
the
after
tank.
all this.
This is exactly what I talked about. This was their only path to success, and finally they are finding
That
it.
is
We
insane.
very
Why didn't they do it
may
earlier? They
very
must have
well
like held on to
see
that. That was like a
D-
secret.
does
plan
N-
strategy.
does TXT have a nuke?
We've been seeing a constant barrage of
I
artillery
don't
barrages
know.
on the point. They've been spending all their score on that, but a beacon, a last-second glimmer of hope for the defensive side of things for TXT. They're trying to put the beacon down. They're trying to get on B2, but it's all red. It's all red. It's all
Does TXT have a nuke?
DNI.
I don't know.
And all in
Does it say somewhere?
finally
But,
pays off, folks.
Wow.
You pick up
I
50
can't
lives.
believe they got
Gotta
that.
capture C1 and C2 in 60 lives.
all teams
This
thought
truly
it
does
was
feel
all
like
the
a
Okay,
tank.
if they
Okay.
capture the third
Why did
sector
they
with
do it
60
early?
tickets.
This is so even, so close. Both teams having moments of greatness. Sarah Jin just drives over the top of all of these buildings to prepare for what's next on C1 and C2. Now you may be asking yourself, now what? Yes, you can blow C1 to smithereens. I don't think we have the score that we need to be able to do that. We've invested
Is he just
so
staying
much
on top
score
now
into
with the
urgent
tank?
redeployments,
Yeah.
artillery barrage,
Dude, he's look at this.
Both teams
This is
have
ridiculous,
scored
bro.
pretty early in this sector B. I say
This
early
tank
because
positioning
going
is
for nearly 23
diabolical
minutes
from
at
this
point
guy.
already. Sector C is going to be very difficult. for the
Roof
attack.
tank
They're sitting at
tech
17 far
is
left,
discovered.
on the backside of C1, which is pretty standard. The main force is kind of holding
So
this
things to
large
note here,
halfway
if
between the
they-
2 points. In Miami,
if they
it's
have
playing
enough points,
very safe, just
they can
showing over
actually
the top
call in a
for
nuke
now.
on
Of
C1
course,
and
we'll see it all in
completely
from
get
that
rid of
tank
the
being
point
closer and closer
entirely.
to what will be the final couple pushes here.
Sarah Jin is in probably the most disgusting spot I have ever seen for a vehicle.
Is there a way where we can
especially
see
throughout this
whether
event.
they have it
Backup
unlocked or
is
not?
I don't
gonna be
think
coming
so.
Very, very soon for DNI,
Okay.
a tank destroyer available for them. Again, I'm going to mention again, where are the vehicles for TXD? Have they just invested everything? I did
There they are.
okay, there they are. Finally, they're coming down.
They're taking a lot of damage there. That backside tank might go down. The frontside tank actually tanked one of the shots. Otherwise, the backside tank goes down. Literally 1 HP in a dream. Can a Luru Rocket clean up the deal here before the engineers heal it up? Looking like no. Man, that's a missed opportunity.
You're saying the tank spawning meta.
Gotta
This
see
was
that
interesting. They
HP
call
bar,
in
but
two
there's
at the
a lot
exact
of
same
chaos
time.
happening on
Yes.
Probably
C1
for
right
like
now. Again,
So
14
one has a
win,
chance of
they're
blocking
winning
shots
this
for the other. They can't be that locked in,
setting
right?
foothold for a respawn here on C1.
Maybe they are that
They gotta
locked
take
in.
this point very quickly, which it looks like they mostly are, and set that position.
I would
up
imagine
as
like,
their base camp.
oh, that's interesting what he's doing with the car. He's just going through all the fences.
Yes.
That has to be intentional.
One thing of note, do you see that tank way far off to the right on the hill?
Yeah. On the hill? Yeah.
Yeah, on the hill, way far. So he's putting pressure on the right side so the tanks can't overpeak. And it's worth noting they've captured C1 with losing 6 tickets. That's it.
Yeah.
This is
C1 super easy to take. Am I wrong?
Take out 6 tickets, 54 to work.
I seem to
with
remember like
here
C1 was
for D
kind of
and
easy, and
I.
C2 was always a pain in the ass.
well, C2 at least in pubs you just nuke it. I mean, I've gotten like 20 kill nukes,
I
but
think the score has been racking up. My eyes are kind of looking towards Sarajin, right? Been in that tank for a very long time, has not had to replace it since forever ago. So the score has got to start to rack up, right? 50 tickets to work with towards C2. These tanks are getting pressured. So
they haven't shown a single FPV gunfight.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was a great
That's why.
play. That was a great play. They back up, they were low.
Yes, they have.
No, they showed one. They showed
Everybody
one.
pop out of the vehicles, throw up their Allura rockets.
Showed I
all
get killed 2
connect on the
people.
same vehicle,
But yeah, no,
take
it's
down.
mostly just like aerial view.
But C2 is getting
It's interesting
captured
from,
right now.
like,
Obviously, yeah.
It's
Nothing to
interesting to
worry
watch the
about.
rotations
Looks
and the
like
way
there
that
was
like
only,
the
like, 1 or
space
2
moves and
members of
stuff. Like
BNI
that's
on it,
almost more
somehow
interesting to
capturing
me at
themselves
least.
and
I think from a
seeing-
viewer perspective, the way they're doing the observing actually kind of makes sense because from an overhead view, you get a better idea of what's going on. Like look at the, yeah, right here. I was gonna point this out. They're hard pushing this tank. They're gonna get the kill too. Yeah.
In a big difference maker. Hard to be a difference maker when your vehicle gets blown up nearly immediately. These are big wins for TXD. I've said this before. I will probably say it again, maybe even in this match. The war of attrition
Does mean it's
always goes
less
to the
emphasis
defense.
on
And right now,
the
TXD
individual
is winning
skill,
that.
though.
If they can hold
Mhm.
on
More
just
emphasis
for
on
a
the
little
team
bit
play.
longer,
Yes.
they
It's
will
bigger
win
than
this
this.
game.
After the tank did get lost, Trident forced to go ahead and call on that
Which I
tank
mean,
right
at this
after the
level
loss, a
and
little
this
bit
amount
of
of
score
like
that I was
players,
talking about.
it's going to be about the team.
But he was
It's
gonna
not going to be
able
about
racking up
whoever
that
can hit
score
more
towards the guy
shots or
that
frag a
missed
little bit
because the
better.
vehicle
Yeah,
went
like
down, had to
you're not. I mean, you might be
now.
able to do some crazy shit on infantry, but you're not doing anything near the vehicle in terms
Has
of
not really
impact.
been
I would
touched
imagine.
yet. The boots on the ground
Yeah,
have
no, for
not
sure.
been able to advance the line.
Is that Otter? Yes, it
And
is.
a big reason for that is the 2 tanks on the side of TXD holding
No way he hits this.
this entire road.
Calling in this vehicle from way back there just to make sure it
I mean,
lands.
I don't really fully remember. How do you get a nuke again?
So you get a bunch of score, and then it costs, I want to say off the top of my head, like 24,000, 21,000.
Find it with the tank.
Oh, okay.
No problem.
So I guess that's what they haven't nuked. They've, like they used a bunch of artillery and whatnot.
Calling in vehicles and yeah.
Down with that assault vehicle,
Yeah.
not an end of the world situation, but
Well, I guess that
helpful to get Stick
ultimately,
Squad
right, the nuke
back
is
into the
not
mix very
really-
quickly. Romania has decided to
I mean, I'm
hold
not sure it's that
C2,
good,
makes sense, set
like
the
compared to the
objective
value you
for
get from a
its
tank.
Not in
for
comp, I
what
would
will be
imagine.
The last push may just get that score in time. Maybe call a guided missile even from the defense.
It's just a little bit of
side
map
to
control for
assuredly
a
net
short period
a
of time
victory.
versus constant map pressure from the tanks. Or vehicles, for
on the
that
back
matter.
of the tank destroyer right here. They're trying to find something happen, but
Yeah, they're not gonna
amongst
get
all the
this.
chaos,
Less than 20
TXD,
tickets
they've
here.
actually gone on the aggression.
Yeah.
They went ahead and tried to recapture C1.
This is the right play from the defensive side. They're not giving up C2. They know
Chat,
the
you're gonna
pressure's on
witness
C1.
this. So
They
look at my
also
camera
know the
right now.
position I mentioned before.
My
The
cat
win
is
position for
complaining
DNI is have complete control over
that
C1,
she's not
spawn
under
in
the
from there
blanket.
and make
So
an organized
just 1
push.
second.
Sarajin in deep trouble. Very, very low. 1 or 2 more rockets. Those triple blaster shots will land, but we got enough. No, we don't have enough engineers in TPP on the assault. In TPP takes down Sarajin. I said there was a couple nails in the coffin, but that one will seal the deal most likely. A brutal push here. Wansa finally able to answer back, but we only have 11 lives, and we finally have C1 in control.
It really
The
just
win
comes down,
condition
boils
back
down
on
to
the
vehicle
table, but they are running
gameplay.
out of time.
Yes.
They have to be
It's very
perfect
interesting
for this
how
next
little
push,
infantry
and
really.
frankly,
Well, it does.
the last push.
I should
Well,
say
the
doesn't
infantry puts
matter.
all the pressure, but the real impact is like vehicle economy and just really making sure the vehicle economy is just kept in absolute shambles for
It all looks done and dusted,
either
especially
team.
when the vehicles you're calling in, they're getting blown out of the sky before they even touch the ground. are taking it slow though. DNI trying to go ahead and find something that they can do together. They are losing a couple of lives here and there, but TXD, they're still on the aggressiveness. They're still just blowing those vehicles out of the sky, and the push towards C1 is still happening. It's been the same squad over
I am
and over
really
again.
surprised
TXD, they keep pushing towards C1,
how
keep picking up
far
a couple
they
kills here and
stretch
there, and as a result, only
a
4
small amount of
tickets
tickets.
left.
Wow. Yeah, and we don't even have any pressure on C2. We're not going to get an overtime here. I can almost assure you of that.
It feels a bit weird though.
The last second,
how it's
an
like,
urgent redeployment
I would
time,
imagine
a
you would want to
beacon
stretch the
landed by
tickets.
Veronica. They do now have pressure. They
the
got
whole
it.
game through,
They
not
got
just at
it.
the end.
I spoke too soon. I didn't see Veronica sneak in.
Oh, there's
and
overtime.
grab that
Okay.
beacon down. With pressure
Hold.
on C2, they
Chat,
pushed it
hold.
Overtime. This map couldn't get any closer. Perfectly executed. Right at the last second, and it's going to be
Is that a nuke coming
Look
in?
how many
Oh,
streaks
artillery
are being
barrage.
called in from both sides. A massive push right now.
All the
One
streaks
that
coming in.
TXD is
Oh my god.
technically winning,
They're
but only
trading
by a
points though.
small
They're trading
margin.
points. It doesn't matter, I don't
C2's
think.
falling, but they're answering back on C1. Veronica, the hero. Let's see if the hero.
It doesn't
will
matter.
actually
They
win the
traded
map,
C1 for
because
C2.
TXD have so much pressure, and they are using
cool
all
here,
of their
man.
score to secure the win. 60 seconds
That's
and
like actually
counting,
cleaning
and
up.
that is the only timer, the only
Oh,
number that
we got him.
matters here in
It's not
overtime.
like a 2v.
A minute left remaining
It was
for
like a 2 or
TXD to go ahead and hold on, but a
however many that
respawn
was, like
beacon on
6 people.
C1 is going to allow them to start to
Beamer.
put the pressure back onto DNI. Yeah, that C2 push looked very, very good, but we might have forgotten about
Instead of
C1.
trading back.
Again, they're all over C1.
The
A
other way.
guided missile, a
Crazy.
Hail Mary, something, please work, is what DNI is begging
Oh,
for right
shit.
now.
This
I don't
looks
know
just
where you
like
put a
my-
guided missile to
This looks
cover
just like my
both
Delta
the
Force
points.
pumps. I'm
We're
not
gonna
gonna
have to see
lie.
if it finds
This is the
any
exact
sort of
same
value.
thing
It's
that
gonna go
happens
on
in
the
my
C2.
pumps.
It does find 3 kills. Yes, they might be able to pick up C2.
Oh,
but
we
now
got the
for
nuke.
me, the big
Oh
question
my
mark is gonna be
goodness.
C1.
It's going to come down to the strike team. There's 3 or 4 players. Sarah Jin, no vehicles, so I'm going to put a gun in my hand and try to take C1 by myself. Both ticking towards the attack. They have to do it in 30 seconds.
This is
and
so-
vehicles galore coming
This-
in
I can't believe how
from the
close this is.
defensive
Like, what
side.
the fuck?
C2 in control.
Another one, another one.
Deck Dog calling in a guided missile. I can only assure you, this will land on C2. This could land right on the heads of TXD.
Oh my
no,
god.
no,
It goes
Oh
down
my
to 20
god.
seconds on the clock, folks. C1 and C2 are red, but they're not in
Oh,
complete
boy.
control by either squad. This
They
missile
have to
will
stay on the
change
point, too.
everything if it hits on anything. Dead Dog picks up 1. CVVT with a missile of his own, but it will land
Done.
1 second on the clock.
Oh, he got
C1
one kill.
is deep in trouble. C2
He got one kill
is
with
at
that. That is
nearly a
rough.
perfect tie.
Oh
Who
my
will
god.
win the gunfights? Who will outplay their opponent with 10 seconds on
No
the
way.
clock? D.
They have it.
There's another coming. There's
win
another coming.
the map in
Oh shit!
overtime.
For TXD. Did you see
If
the stay alive
that
a little bit longer?
missile
Here it
lands,
comes.
the map
Oh,
goes the other
No
way.
way.
Did you catch what they
Oh
did?
my God.
Seconds.
They
That was a-
double
Mere
guided
seconds
missile C1 to destroy the
separates us
point
on
to make
crack
C2
between
the
who
only point that
takes
mattered
over
and
the
then
first
fucking
game.
spawn bomb
But it's
C2.
DNI towards the end of things. A couple of
Jesus.
lives
Holy
remaining.
fucking
Somehow
cinema.
the clutch comes in. Somehow they sneak on the C2. Somehow they force overtime. And somehow the
Oh,
beacon,
wait,
the
DNI got it.
infinite lives, the
Never mind.
urgent deployment.
They
the
had
guided
4,
missile.
bro. They had 4
It was
tickets.
finally enough.
That's crazy.
So much celebration right now that you'd think they just won the entire match. What an important victory
Wow.
for this team on Cracked. We've been saying that a couple of these games are close. It is impossible to be any closer than that. Overtime with 1 second on the clock.
Immediately into the
CVBT,
war
by the
room.
way, calls in that guided missile. CVBT is their medic. That is TXD picking up
That is
so
yes.
many revives on the defense that they're able to earn a guided missile. That missile comes in 1 second too late. 1 singular second. Quick look back on the highlights. Obviously, it started here on A. And TXD did such a great job on defense, man. They held this first point for so
Crazy
long.
game.
Unreal.
Going all the way back to Sector A. Yeah, you're right. I know.
That was as close as you can possibly get it.
I didn't think we were going to get past it.
I didn't think they were going to get past the
Here,
first sector
fast
or the
forward
second
in
sector.
time. DNI.
There were points
Takes
where
the
I was
map?
certain like this game's done.
Crazy, man. And I think after A,
Yeah, like they
obviously
put
we
the
look towards
fucking
B sector. This is where rubber meets the
vehicle
road, right?
ins in
It's
the
a lot of
highlight reel as
vehicle
well.
trades. Honestly,
Yeah.
Show all the ins. This is
Yeah,
another one.
yeah, exactly. That's another vehicle in right there.
Free vehicles. But B was a good hold as well. Again, B1, as per the usual, taken by the attack, uses a foothold. But remember what TXT was able to do. They were actually able to trade out B1 and B2. When B2
Was like 5 minutes until next game, right?
They routed over from their spawn to B1
yes.
to relieve some of that pressure.
I believe so.
Their dreams alive,
Cook some tea.
holding in Sector B. That moment right there, really impressive stuff from TXT. They went out in a lot of these engagements. Finally, Sarah Jane hits the rooftops. We've seen that in a couple times in the qualifier tournaments. Finally get to see it on main. And
Chat, where can I find
barely
the
skate
bracket?
sector.
The bracket,
They get to
this is the
sector.
lower
And I didn't
bracket
think we would make it to
finals.
overtime.
So
I
the
even said
winner of
that
this
out
goes
loud.
to the
These
grand
guided
finals
missiles changed a
to
lot. They
face
didn't change everything, though. It was the
TL.
beacon inside of C, and that guided missile was literally from the defense from CBBT was literally 1 singular second too late. A crazy map. Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
Is grand finals tonight?
Obviously, some
yes,
big moments
yes.
from some big players here. My eyes are
How many more
drawn to the left
matches?
side of our screen first because
In
they
this
did
series,
win.
it could be
Sticks
2 or it could be
picked
1.
up
It's best of 3.
72
So DNI is
kills,
up
playing
1-0.
Dragger, playing boots on the ground, playing assault, and just slamming the opponent on
Jane,
the
thank you so much.
over and
Thank you,
over
Jane.
again.
Shout out to
For the 1,000
NTTP
bits.
on TXT side, though, picking up 49
Very
kills
generous,
on
very generous.
that
Thank
engineer
you.
class for the most part of that game.
Now I
And
have
for
to
the
stay up.
revives,
Oh my
right, where
god.
was CBBT at? I saw the revives. I didn't get to see the full count right there. It was actually pretty far.
They're streaming till
down
6
the
a.m. Dude,
leaderboard.
I don't.
Not sure how we
I
had
gotta
so
go to
much
bed,
score
dog.
for a
Like,
guided
I don't
missile.
know.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get a read on that in a moment. Or if
I don't know if
the
I can
chat
do
slide,
that.
But a great
I
game.
mean, this is a sponsored stream, but like I'm kind of invested now. But I at the same time I'm very
That was
And by the
I'm
way,
tired.
funny enough, as the
Starting
timer hit
to-
0 and they won the game, we saw the guided missile connect.
Yeah.
And I think it picked up 9, by the way.
I mean,
Insane stuff. Look, here's a look at our team stats. Insane amount of revives from DNI, 150 in total, 9 vehicle destruction. Kills are out of this world. You got to remember, this is one of the longer games we've seen on main yet.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have gone longer either on this map. And so, great job here.
because
for DNI to
Celsius,
win.
bro, at 3 in the
You
morning.
won't see this player as the game MVP. But my MVP of this game by a mile is Veronica.
yeah.
Veronica was able to sneak into B2. I've said out loud on broadcast, we won't hit overtime because there's no pressure on C2. Veronica sneaks in by themselves, mind you. Sneaks in, drops a beacon, and they get enough players onto the point to start taking away C2, which pushed us into overtime and therefore won them the game. That is the reason they win, because of that singular move and then the chaos after it. And talk about a brutal loss. I mean, look at their faces. TXT so frustrated by that loss. They've got to hit a huge mental reset after technically losing 3 maps in a row.
Wow. Forgot about that.
The
Yeah,
mental
3 maps
chalked.
in a row, indeed. Coming off
3
that
maps
loss.
in a row lost.
They probably felt so good about that.
Baranox's
And
computer
honestly, they looked
burnt.
good. I think they
Desk
honestly got the
gone.
better of DNI
Brett's
for about
setup destroyed.
95%
We're
of the
0-3
match.
on the day.
But the 5
We need to recover.
seemingly came down to when they had like no lives remaining. Think back to B2. B2 was like done and dusted. They had like no tickets left. They could have lost there.
Dude, TXT played an incredible game. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
It is so difficult
I need to get water, chat.
against this DNI team, and they held at every sector. They didn't even concede a sector to hold better in the next. They held at every sector at well over 120 lives. Look at some of the members in our audience. That, of course, maybe some of us here in the English broadcast would recognize. That is No Mercy sitting there. That was Little Jay, the commander of No Mercy, watching the matches. Look, No Mercy got knocked out early. They did play Cracked, though. I'm sure they're talking a lot about what happened on Cracked their time in the spotlight, but see Dead Dog there leading his team, talking to some of the other squad leaders. TG Alpha, huge component of this roster. Man, TXT looks so frustrated.
Incredible match. Incredible game. That's how close it is between these two teams, and we are not done yet. Got at least one more game between these two teams. Full reset, full swap of the sides. Still going to be playing Cracked, of course. And DFI and both TXT, they both got to feel a little bit exhausted after that one. And you know who else has got to feel a little bit exhausted? Changji. 37,000 total score, 48 kills, revives in the mix, assists in the mix as well. Doing work.
doing work on a medic class too. That's wild. Maybe swap between, possible, but still support technically really well done. Chang G1. I've been impressed with all of the individuals. Again, it's so fun because Warfare, we do so much talking about the macro that we can highlight individual
Chat.
micro plays. It can
I have
be so
Skittles.
rewarding for these players.
I have
Everybody
Skittles.
gets a chance to be a hero. But again, look, I'm going to say it again because I can. Veronica is my MVP for that game, dude. Insane.
Now, how close these two teams are and how much of a struggle it was for DNI to attack on Crack. What do we think, right? We both predicted this was going to be 2-1 in favor of DNI. After what we just saw, after how hard it was.
Otter, I'm pretty invested now.
Do we think
You know?
TXD
Yeah.
can go ahead and capture all of the sectors as
I have
well?
Skittles and I got
can't
water.
change my prediction. I have to stick with 2-1.
Okay.
However, unfortunately, that felt like the map that TXD was going to win. That felt like their win.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they lose it with literally 1 second left in overtime.
If you wanted to go 2-1 or something like that, you would want the defense to win.
Yeah, you need TXD. to
Sour
win that,
Skittles?
Especially with how well they were playing and how hard they held on every sector.
Yeah.
That was
Unfortunately,
TXD,
they're not
and
Sour
I think
Skittles.
They know it too. And listen,
Sour
can they
Skittles are
absolutely
absolute
win on
ball
attack?
knowledge.
100%. This is a momentum-based game, and as much as, you know, downtrodden they look, dismayed they look, you know, I
Is she
think it's
crying?
very possible that they
Oh, I thought I saw
still
like
win this
tears
next
down
round.
her face. Like,
they've lost 3 maps in a row.
never mind.
Tough. That's going to be a big mental reset. Let's take a look at the best squad from that match, though. Obviously from DNI.
Nerd
and it is the
clusters
squad
are
we expected
gas?
to see. Already up
That's
stacks
also
and
ball
sticks.
knowledge.
Sarah
You know
Jim,
candy that's
look at
really
the kill
fucking
Got a
good.
hoodie chat.
This is
We hooded up.
ridiculous.
Freezing.
Just from one squad alone, you're looking at almost 200 kills.
Yeah.
God, what am I?
The fever that's spiking up again.
Why am I blanking on the candy? It's probably because it's 3 a.m.
Incredible work.
Nerds ropes.
And it's just kind of
Nerds ropes are really good.
amplified how good of a performance that was from Styx. When you do take a look at the rest of the squad, we had Sarah Jin that was in the vehicle the whole time. We've been
I'm pretty
talking
sure
about
it's
Artisan
pretty much just
the entire time.
These two
but
teams know it.
somehow
They're just
able to
fighting for
find
second place.
upwards of 72 kills.
Well, it's also brutal.
And you know, 3-sector map, 25 minutes.
These two teams are going to be exhausted going into the grand final while the
It's more than like what? More than
TL is like rested, right?
Yeah.
That's good
Yeah.
math.
So
I do try my best to not be wrong.
There's always that
Folks,
mix
we
of
are
like,
into a make
like
or break
sure they're
moment with
rested,
TXD.
but then
Mhm.
it's
They
a
were
matter of like
perfect
being
in this
warm as
tournament
well,
until
right? They
today,
come straight out of
and
a
now They
game.
have lost 3 games in a row.
You were ready to go again.
Huge
But if you've
mental
been just
fortitude
sitting on the
needed
sidelines
for this
watching,
team
yeah,
to still
you're
have a
rested, but
chance
you're
to
cold
play
at
in
the
the
same time.
championship and get revenge on TL. Reminder, this is lower bracket finals. The winner of this matchup will move to the championship game, playing for $60,000, competing against the infallible, as of now, Tang Long TL. A really big moment for both of these teams, and a $10,000 jump in pricing. Both teams will go sit down back at their seats. Strategies prepared. We will just swap sides and get
Dude,
right back into it.
the interactive screen macro war room is really something else.
Didn't make
I
quite
wonder
as
if
many
that
waves
actually
as maybe
helps.
the team needed
It probably
to in that
does.
one.
Oh, absolutely. All
Again,
these
I
tank
thought
plays
that
they're
was
talking
funny.
about, all
We
these
said
like
was much less
flanks
vehicle
and
heavy
positioning, and
map
oh,
than
it's definitely
Vehicles are still incredibly
extremely
Yeah,
important.
Both Artisan and NTPP were running engineer to make sure that BRIO demoing vehicles.
I felt a lot vehicle heavy than I was kind of expecting, if I'm being honest, for
Yeah,
Crack.
especially compared to the last time we saw.
Yeah.
But that is the
Tension of the game.
That is, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is the nature of a longer game. That is the nature of Victory Unite, where you're earning a lot more score and able to call in those vehicles more often. All right.
That's just because A took so long. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I feel like in
yeah.
the other games that we've seen Crack, A usually falls pretty quickly, but as a result of that, everybody was able to rack up score and call in those vehicles as backup.
You know, one of these days, I want to get a stat for how much health you heal.
Your couch is
vehicles.
moving.
Shoot.
Some
That's
of our,
just Daphne.
Some of our engineers
That's just
would go
Daphne.
absolutely
She's just a little
insane.
baby.
That's needed.
It really
Because,
is.
seriously, these
She's just a
engineers
baby.
dedicate their entire game to sitting
To a
there and
blowtorch.
repairing a vehicle.
She has
And then
They're at like the bottom of the scoreboard, and everybody
Kinda
else gets
super
hogged up
tight.
the tank. They got all the kills right here.
Donut
As a reminder
now.
how this is going to work, we're going to be on cracked once again. They're going to swap sides.
Cracked
The
again,
EXP
bro?
now
This
has
is
Oh
time
my
for you,
God.
Enders.
They have to
What time is
attack
it for
to
me?
not only stay
Yeah.
in
It's
this
3 a.m.
game,
Nice.
They also have to
I've been.
attack
I have to get up at 5,
in order to
started.
stay
Let's go.
in the
go.
competition.
so you'll probably be in bed
Yeah, no, I like that call out.
by
Really
5, I would
important matchup
imagine.
for them, folks. We are on our 13th
I would hope so.
best of 3
Yeah. I mean, you never
these
know.
last couple
I think
Probably
I'm
very
gonna
close
I think I'm gonna watch this series and then call it.
Sometimes when you only play one best of 3 a day, as a
I might
team,
do the
it's gonna
same.
feel like a sprint, even though it's
Yeah.
a long couple days. But for some of
I
these
need to
rosters, this
sleep.
truly has been a marathon, especially TXT having to go back to back here. If TXT were to win this match,
Yeah, I mean,
they
this
would
is gonna
go
be the
back
most
to back to
competitive
back.
game
Today,
in
a
the
marathon for some.
tournament, anyways. It seems
TL,
like so.
They will just sit on their haunches and wait to see who their competition will be. D&I technically on paper have played the most
could
games
see,
out of any team.
Again, the
yet.
finals probably
Have
being
been sent
very
to the lower
one-sided.
bracket very early in this competition,
It was in upper bracket finals.
and then doing whatever they'd like in the lower bracket all the way up until this point. That was the closest game that they've played by a mile.
I feel like it was pretty map dependent
You'd see
though.
on main broadcast.
I don't know.
I could see that.
Does anybody in chat that's watched all 4 days of this
There
competition?
were a lot of vehicle
Love to
mistakes
say
in
so
the
chat. It's been a dang
the
good
last
time.
game
David and
though.
I have casted over
mean, multiple
all
vehicle
12, now
ints.
13 best of 3
Yeah.
over the last 4 days. It's been so much fun to see these teams get better and
Yeah, I
better
find it
and
interesting
better.
that they.
Not only
Maybe it's
team
just
to
that
team, but
on,
also
what was it,
inside of each of
Cracked?
those teams as they played more and more as a unit.
There's just way
We talked
more
a lot about
room to
this on
play,
day 1.
Mm-hmm.
so there's
about
more
how some of these
room
teams
for
are a
mistakes, I guess.
conglomerate of
Whereas
either
on,
a couple squads from multiple
I
esports
don't remember
orgs that come
the
together
name of the other one.
really for
It was
the
kind of
LAN
just
event,
1 or 2
whereas
angles
some
you
of
could
the
play.
other
Anyways, it's
teams,
hard to fuck that up.
like
Yeah.
G.SKILL,
Very
like
clear
TL, who's already in the finals,
tank
have been
routes and all
playing
that.
together for a very
Yeah,
long time.
exactly.
You're able to see that chemistry on display.
I have a
in
big
moments
open
like
map,
this.
lots of lanes, much more easier
Some have LAN
to.
experience, some don't. Some players
make those
their very
mistakes.
first esports, some come from other games. It's been really fun to watch warfare at the highest level. There is no other esport in the world like warfare, where 20 players are on the same team playing the same map at the same time with chemistry and coordination like you're seeing today.
He adjusted his monitor height by about half an inch. That's gonna make all the difference.
I'm excited to see the
It
future
will.
of this.
He's got it now.
DFIW has not disappointed, and I feel like we're just now getting into the best of the best.
See, he has like
And
desk
shout out to the
mic
teams
and
as well, right? Because
mic in his headset.
you know, you're talking about it. A
Maybe
very
one mic is for
unique
recording
esports experience.
like stuff
it's
they
just
can
sponsor.
stuff they can use in
With it. We've seen some in
like
Nice.
like
plays
cinematic,
made.
I guess.
Or I could see
Like
the
footage
headset
for the
being a
stream?
sponsor
Players,
because
I
they're
mean,
wearing IEMs
talk
under
about
them.
some of the others.
Oh,
esports
okay.
Maybe
out
they're not
there
even plugged
sometimes,
in.
You know, it's just
They're
very, very
just
complicated.
mics
There's
and
like
then-
2, 3, 4, 5 players involved on a team, and we've got 20, and they're taking that challenge and they're running with it.
Oh, the headset might
Here's the thing.
just
I think,
before
I
noise
mean, not only
canceling,
us, I mean,
actually.
we know this game very,
Mhm.
very
That makes
well.
sense.
We've talked a lot about some of the unique strategies. I think not only us, I've even seen the audience in chat say there's a ton, how much they've learned watching these matches. Some of it is completely not replicable in pubs because you can't coordinate with your team. The ridiculous strategies, some kind of cheesy, really cool stuff that's been pulled off, definitely can't be pulled off in pubs. Some of the things you've learned from these games you could take home and go.
Ender's
wreck
got
some
that
pub lobbies
rich
with.
laugh
I'm gonna be
haircut.
expecting these strats in my pub,
All
lobbies, so I
right.
better see some of you guys in chat trying to help me out, pull some of these plays together.
Ender's got that
Last
golf
second beacon on
club
the point.
cut.
Dude, as we wait on this match, folks, thanks for staying patient. I think we're just making sure that, likely, honestly, I need to double check. There may actually be some subs coming in potentially.
Ender's comes from Money
tired,
Noble
man.
family.
They look exhausted. I mean, talk about the
Really?
adrenaline overload of an overtime 1 second difference loss.
How long did it play today? Wait, do we have to schedule someone?
Get them a timeout.
Maybe they
Just
used
kidding.
one.
Get them back in the server. 3 minutes.
I need to look
We're
at who
gonna
won
make
UFC.
sure-
Hold on. Chat, I missed the best two UFC fights for this.
TXD do have to do it all
Because
year
UFC
again.
was on. Let me see who
A
won.
rough position to be in, right? Forced into this back-to-back situation where they do have to play these matches within quick succession.
Manel Kopp
Mentality
won.
Reset required.
How did he
Those
win?
glasses are kind of crazy. I love that.
Dude, you look across the stage, you see somebody in glasses like that doing that little emote right there, man.
Well, that is the difference right now. Again, it's not everything, but it is something. The energy right now that DNI has after a momentous win like that is so much value going into the second map where they know if they lose it, job's not done, they can keep playing. TXD loses next map, they're out of the tournament. They take home 30K. Big congratulations, of course, if that happens. They want
No
to be
way.
in the finals. I mean, these teams came from all over the world to be here on land to prove that they're the best Warfare team of 20 players, plus subs, plus coaches, plus support staff. Yep, so much on the line, man.
I'm excited to see how it all goes.
Wait. Do they say 20 players plus subs plus staff?
We've had a couple of close games.
I guess.
That one takes the cake.
I wonder how many subs they got.
How involved is
Two
this shit?
Teams that are evenly balanced. Two teams that are equally skilled and can probably
800 credit score type of haircut.
Given any
Listen,
day of the week.
we don't
think
fuck
they're
around
right
here,
now,
okay?
DNI comes out on top of the
When
first
they fly
one.
them in, do they just get like one plane?
How
Just rent out the whole thing.
will it all fall? TXD. I want to see a game number 3 in match 13 of this
Yeah.
event.
Let me be very clear. I think we've got a couple folks popping in for the very first time. I said this a moment ago.
My biggest LAN achievement was losing to Fatality. Oh,
A
God.
gigantic LAN event.
That's
Everybody
not,
get
I
on
mean,
LAN
listen,
in the
losing to
same
Fatality
sport
is
game.
not
You're
really
on a
something to be, like,
13th best of 3.
ashamed
We have
of.
seen one single best of 3 go to game 3. Every other match has been a 2-0.
Fatality is an underrated
Making me
goat.
mad.
Fatality isn't
Ruben is
talked
not
about enough.
happy about it, by the way. Oh, it's so
It's
funny.
just less games.
Yeah, right.
Less opportunity to see stuff like that.
All right, chat. What do we think? Going to game 3? Or are we
The
gonna see
production knows
DNI
what they're
go
doing, man.
2-0?
Zooming in on the
But
cosplay
getting
girls.
closer in the last one, 20 seconds. We'll be loading in. Again, as a
I
reminder,
mean,
again, for
listen,
some of the new viewers popping in for
the whole
fall
production is
finals,
locked
winner
in.
goes to the championship to face TL, who
There's a
did
reason
not
why they're
drop the
zooming in
map
on the
entire
cosplay girls, okay?
tournament.
They know
Yeah.
what they're doing.
They know what the people want.
$60,000, but you got to get there first. We're going to be swapping sides. We are one patch behind. Tournament server.
All right.
Back on cracked.
Side
so
switch.
worried having
system. If you see red, that
I guess
is
like
the
with this,
attack, no matter
this
what we are
it isn't a
watching.
problem
If
with
you see
this amount
green,
of
that is the
players, but
defense,
like
and that is
if you go to like a
DNI.
big LAN
Up
event
1-0 in the
like a
series.
DreamHack,
A best
you
of
can't
3.
use
Gotta pick up the
like
win
a
here to move on to the finals
super light
and
or
not
something. Like you
risk
can't use a wireless mouse.
the final map. Game
What?
2 would be nuts. Could be on a totally
There's
different
too
map.
much interference,
Lot
so
of
there's too many of them. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
So apparently
okay.
they just stop.
TXD
Sometimes
needs
they do
strong
not
mental
work.
right now on the attack.
Got it.
They need to get aggressive. They need to play with
But
confidence.
I guess you'd
They've
have to
got
have
to
a
win
lot
here.
of these mice in one
Stand or
place for
fall,
that to
an
even like
apt
begin being a
motto
problem.
for this competition,
All right.
especially
TXD
right
on
now,
offense.
back to cracked we
DNI
go.
on
Let's
defense.
see how long the hold is on sector
Are we
A
getting
this
any
time.
vehicle ints? That's the real
Lot of
question.
decisions
Or
Yeah,
are they-
yeah, I'm gonna say at least
TXD,
one.
How
Yeah.
do they want to approach this one? They do not want
Yeah, but maybe they
to have
tightened
it
it up a
go
little bit.
extended like DNI did. They want a quick attack here onto Sector A. How are they going to pull it off? I'm very
What's
interested
with the
to
vehicle
see.
icon? Is that always there?
And this attack is everything for them. It's the entire tournament. Sure,
Oh, nice
they're
go.
guaranteed third place. If they lose right now, they will be third, but they want to continue on. They want an
There you go.
opportunity to take it home. We're on cracked. TXD, they're down one game. Can they come back?
Starting off as per the usual, you can see the DNI
Right,
trying to
same
sniff
sort of
out this
strat,
flank
they
that's
send two
obviously
people
gonna
out far
come in
right
from
with the
behind on
vehicles.
left-hand side. What
Yeah,
squad
another
is
one
it?
of
ATVs.
It is the flanking squad from before. It stacks. It
I guess this is
They're
just
trying
the
to sniff
meta
out
way
the
of
squad
playing
to
this
make
map.
sure they still maintain
Yeah, you
our
need to
position
establish
around the
flanks
right
really
side. What
quickly
they
because you
don't
can
want is to get
Yeah.
like
trapped on
you can
the
side
wall.
shoot the defenders on the
Out-cracked
rooftops
and
that are worried about
outsmart.
the people in front of them on the
So far,
hills.
so
So
Aggressive
Oh, they're,
pushes
they're
coming in
different
here.
a
They're
little bit
trying
here.
to push the
man.
advantage. Stacks is actually going to be left alone. His entire squad has fallen in a gunfight right now to go ahead and win it. Yeah, he's going to lose that as well. The respawn.
Yeah, that's the thing. This is like you have the macro, like the meta macro way to play it, and then it's like comes down to these duels, comes down to the micro, the fights. So you had DNI, they tried doing this and they just lost their duels, so they couldn't do it. And TXT does the same thing, but they actually win the duels, so they just roll over them. So I guess it's just more firepower. Yeah.
On these first 6 tickets, then it took DNI on the attack like 10 minutes to do.
Massive difference.
This is
this is
vastly different right now. This is I mean, dude, they have lost 10 tickets and they are on the way to cap this point. And if you remember the last game, it took them forever to cap this point.
Winning the gunfights for the most part. Might be able to stall this out a little bit longer.
We'll see if they get the cap though.
The last map was a very lengthy one on Fract. What that allowed for was a lot more vehicle gameplay. At this point, A goes very quick. You're not going to see very many vehicles.
Yeah, they definitely lost this point.
This could be a pretty swingy win here from TXD if they keep up the momentum
this looks like a map free.
Wow. Okay.
That wasn't even kind of close. If this is a nod to what's about to happen in this map, we're going to go to game 3.
That was easy?
I think DNI are mostly thinking not worth our time.
It kind of sucks when they win this fast though, because you don't get. You said you get like plus 60 tickets, but it's always a cap of 180. So you don't have like any overtime, or no, what do we call it, overstock, I guess. Kind of wish it was like some type of reward for winning that decisively.
Like almost like overshield or like mega health from Quake, right? It puts you above your maximum amount of health, but it'd be maximum amount of tickets.
Yeah.
For quickly capturing sectors.
Yeah, like some type of reward for like rolling over really fast. Because there's no difference between if you cap it with 120 tickets or 170 tickets. Like, still gonna have the same amount. I guess maybe the score, the call-ins, the vehicles might look different.
The engineers in pocket, as per the usual. A lot of information gained with that as well, though, in B1 as. Again, per the usual, always.
I love how some things never change. There's always going to be somebody honing on a tank. It's just a good strat.
Fully gap? It really is a gap, isn't it?
Oftentimes these commanders will execute the orders when they're almost assuredly 100% going to happen. That's exactly
who just jumped in 1v9 on B1. That guy's my goat.
In 4 lives, earning a lot of extra score for the attack. This will likely net another vehicle for the attack to try to give them advantage for B2.
Yeah, the 2 engineers back there on one, so that's going to be Hodu and Yang. Again, wish we had that stat, see how much repairs they've done, because early on in this match, they've had...
I'm really surprised that DNI fought so hard and actually won this map on attack and are just kind of getting rolled right now. Maybe they'll stabilize, but yeah, there's something going on. They need to...
I think it was just TXT accidentally... They gave him, they disrespected them, I guess, and DNI managed to punish him for it. But now that TXT is attacking, like he kind of just he set the pace anyways.
Should hold up a little bit more of a fight.
And again, because it's faster.
They got TXT running into the spawn pretty much when they were defending.
It's going to be a lower scoring game.
Messed it up one time.
More individual boots on the ground plays compared to the last one, which is maybe what DNI
MP7 is meta, huh?
B2 in complete control right now, but the attackers just slowly but surely pushing their line forward, making sure they get their revives, not spending too many lives, trying to set up an attack. Right now, they're caught in the crossfires. See Ariam again, the hero of DNI, MVP, top slayer in the entire competition, trying to maintain this position on the flank.
Things have calmed down a little bit. People aren't getting rolled too heavy.
That Toxic does benefit from that faster revive as well. So just like a little bit of a difference in kit there. Cool to see that B2 currently under attack. There is a giant push coming through. But I do see Sarajin and Co over there on the left side. They're trying to hold it down. Stax and Sarajin both go down at the same exact time. That means the Flood is going to be able to come in from the left side.
Artyom gets picked back up, and now the lone soldier on the right. Here comes Wansa, taking quite a bit of heat, but still alive. Artyom is dancing on his opponents as Tempest, able to pick up so many. With the help now with
somewhat
backup, somehow able to hold that right hand side. There's a lot of green in the kill feed right now. really well done from the defense to completely nullify this push.
Oh,
and pick
God.
up
Oh my
kill
God,
after
Artyom.
kill after kill. There's a reason.
Oh my.
Artyom is the top slayer. Good grief, line him up, knock him down.
Okay, dude. Okay.
Incredible stuff from Artyom right there. Does eventually fall, but a 5-piece on 1 magazine from an M7. Good to see him in good form. That's going to help out the defense. What's going to help out the attack is Zambra in the tank. Constantly was finding value in our
Yeah, I
last
needed that.
game.
I think
A little bit of a change
gonna clean up,
here.
but
I
still.
see NTPP is not going to be playing engineer.
Get that
Opting to try to
confidence
get a
up.
little bit more gunny with it.
Isn't it crazy, Gambit?
He can press the advantages a little bit better as that Tempest, but when Artyom shooting like that on the other side of things, I'm not entirely
Huge,
sure
huge
goes.
stalemate here.
Yeah, Sarah Jin, by the way, Wansa, big difference makers for their teams as well. Wansa is basically on a rail. The backside of BT2 just staggering back and forth, a pendulum between these 2 long streets, trying to pick up anybody in the flank. Frankly, if you're able to pick up any kills, that's a huge win. But you're really gaining information for your team as well. A lot of communication for both of these rosters. But Wansa being a big difference maker for the team, shelling around the point, picking up info of where the push is coming from, and sliding back and forth, trying to cover the infantry. A lot of bodies on the point now for the attackers with some respawn beacons, trying to play from the rooftops.
They've like very
Picking up
slowly
more
but
lives,
surely
and it's
gotten
gonna be
roof
everything
control.
for this attack to find any value.
I feel like the tank on
Absolutely.
defense is playing super
The tank has
safe.
not had to get involved
Oh,
on
as
the
I say
point
that,
yet,
he
but
over-
Deadball's starting to feel the pressure
never
right
mind.
now. Does call
It's
in
good.
the first urgent deployment so far in this game, and with good reason. B2 currently under attack, and it is starting to fall just a little bit. For the first time as well this map, it's seemingly like we're having a face-off between the 2 tanks. Again,
Flash
this
one more time.
tank's
You're
job
still
right here
somehow
for the
ahead of me.
attacking
I don't get
side
it.
is to just hold B1
I don't know.
There's nobody back here except for the tank.
I got the stream piped in
DMs
directly
servers.
from Delta Force,
Really
dude.
tough
Yeah,
to
they,
beat one, but yeah,
they're sending me the broadcast
You gotta get
fucking
on it.
feed raw.
Gotta get on the point. As a reminder, Victory Unites, folks. Respawn timer's a long time, but when that urgent redeployment's out, you're spawning in nearly
This guy has a drum mag
gun is
shotgun
that?
out. This is a fucking
it's a shot?
This is a Saiga 12K.
Jeez.
To the point. Just because you can respawn fast doesn't mean you have respawn beacons there or folks that are not in combat. So because they're losing B2, what do? Well, I guess we gotta try to trade for B1, but guess who's here? The classic strategy in the B sector.
Oh, this is just not gonna work out.
Sitting on the point with his engineers.
Yeah,
saying,
that
come and
is-
get it. Let's trade. We win that
That's
every
what
day
we're
of the
First
week,
int,
including
first vehicle int of the
Championship
tournament,
Sunday,
or
a
the
massive
match.
take
It's a
and
really
massive
end, though.
hold.
I felt like it was kind of just a
TXD
desperation
moved
play.
through sector B
Trying to take
with
B1
ease.
before-
A knife through butter going into sector C with maximum
so they get,
I
like,
mean, he lost the defensive
Not
tank for
great,
basically no
DNI.
reason, no? I don't know. It's
Yeah, you gotta imagine Wansa just trying to deliver.
For me, I never saw that play
somebody
working.
So that way they could put down a beacon
I don't
and
know.
do something similar that we saw last game. But unfortunately, everybody was ready for it. I actually called out that the tank back here on B1 for TXD was pretty much alone. Somehow we blinked and there
They're
was like
taking this
5
really
members
clean
back
compared
there
to
ready for that as well.
DNI.
So great awareness
Yeah.
from the team as a whole. Now we turn our eyes towards C1 and C2. Again, this is a way faster game than we just saw. The score is not going to be as high. The tanks, the vehicles, they're not
A
going to
way
be as
faster
readily
game than we
available,
just saw.
nor are the
Yeah.
guided missiles. I'm sure we
That's
won't
an
have
understatement.
9 minutes in,
for those
and on the
actually
last
coming
points.
to full play now. So it's just going to be
the
I
last
believe
game
the
had to have
last
been like
game
what,
was-
30 minutes or something?
Yeah, it was 30
And listen,
plus.
DNI, they've gotta
I'm pretty
make something
sure.
happen.
We talked about the win condition.
And
of
went to
DNI
the
when they
wire
were on the
plus
attack.
overtime.
It's gonna be the same here for TXD. They need to set a foothold into C1. Slightly easier point to capture.
There's a
They need to
Saiga
set it
again.
essentially as their spawn
Oh.
point. They gotta win it first. TXD know that. They know they gotta push here. And DNI are gonna try to hold at least for now. Just try to get to any lives, and it's not really working. We've only spent 6. We're still picking up our revives.
The infantry
We're winning
skill
out
on
this point, and we're
on
picking up
TXD
enough
is
score
really
to
showing,
secure
I feel
victory.
like.
Yeah,
This
they're
tank
just
score, I can
stiffing
only
them.
assume,
They're just winning
is
these duels.
Straight for C1, about to muck up all the plans of DNI.
I swear I knew nothing. These teams seemed evenly matched on paper. Dude,
How effective they can be.
the script is coming true. The
0
script.
in the vehicles. The defense has to get something going. They did just send their only tank so far this game towards that B1 push. And now the tank destroyer. Look how fast it is. This is why it is such a dangerous vehicle.
Run through everything besides those, big dog. Legacy thinks better of C1 because his team is capturing it now, with boots on the ground. Trying to swing around the backside of C2 and maybe at least cause a bit of pressure for the defense to have to concede C1 so his team can set up spawn there and move on their merry way. Now being called back into action because Chang and DG Delta picking up so many kills on the backside there, by the way. That was a lot of green in the kill feed. Red calling in another tank. GXD trying to push this advantage they have with vehicles. They're doing a pretty good job of it. That's CVVT, by the way, taking control of the vehicle, moving off of the medic, getting into a vehicle, getting active.
This feels like there's a lot less plays that are like obvious to me because I don't know. I just feel like TXD is making a lot.
They have the economy for so many vehicles so early on, but yeah.
There's a cleaner right now.
Out there, great hold on to C1. Definitely a little bit more of an investment
DNI
towards this point for DNI.
had a good retake on C1, but
they were on the defense. That being said, still a good opportunity.
now there's what,
here
3
for
tanks
TXD
on the
to go
side of
push it.
TXD?
There are plenty of members over here. They just
They kind of
gotta
looks
go
like
ahead
TXD
and-
is just,
and win
just
the gun
relying on the fundamentals. Just getting the gun fights in, just walking over them. You don't need to pull any cheesy strats or anything if you're just better. Just gotta walk over them.
Nice easy take of C1 while the defense regroups around C2. You see Sarah Jin, boots on the ground. Not often do you see Sarah Jin not in a vehicle. This game has not been very long, and because of it, the defense do not have a lot of score for vehicles. A strategy that maybe we thought they were implementing because they wanted that to be the case. Now coming out back to bite them because the attack has enough score to have vehicles of their own. We need a lot more engineers from the side of the defense if they want to win this matchup. C1 easily headed now to the attackers as they set up the push for the defense. No, defense is actually going to try to retake here. It's not quite an all-in, but this is maybe a bit of a risky move. Going to try to contest here on C1. Take
Defense retake is really
what I thought was going to happen a moment
interesting.
ago, but brutal.
I think they gotta try to play for C1, right? They've got to try to play for everything. They got to try to delay this match as long as they possibly can until they can eventually
very rough.
those vehicles. That is the big difference maker. Now that C1 has been captured,
yikes!
They're gonna set their eyes on one thing and one.
Oh yeah, they're stretched thin now. They got nothing.
C2.
They just walk in.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Take it.
it didn't work, frankly. I mean, if it would have worked, it would have been nice.
Defense is on full reset. Full reset. They have no prio over left side. They have like a minimal presence on the right side of the map. They're going to get ran down like dogs with vehicles.
By giant margin. This is not reminiscent of the last map at all. What we thought was very even teams looks like very imbalanced teams. But again, DNI won the first map. They can afford to lose this.
Barely won that first map. Probably feeling a little bit lucky right now that they did, because this defense for them is just falling apart every single turn that is made. I'm taking a look at the point, right? There's just only 2 bodies on it right now. They're just all scattered, trying to regroup.
They're trying to back cap C1.
They're actually going for C1.
Yeah, they're going to go for a trade here.
Tank immediately pulls up. Immediately.
Yeah.
Fucking rolled in there, bro.
What does the attacking side do? They leave a vehicle on the point that
You're
they
gonna have to
already
pull
have
off,
control over. It works almost every time.
I guess we call it an upset.
The
It was
defense
just a
can't get
tank and 2
anything
injured
going.
players.
Yeah.
This tank destroyer is ripping them to shreds.
They're trying to get the engineers in. If they can go ahead and take out this tank destroyer, that would be a big win. It's right now at 50 durability. It was starting to feel the pressure. Legacy decides to go ahead and retreat. On the other side of things, C2 is slowly getting lost, but there are a couple of members from the side of DNI trying to go ahead and hold on as long as they possibly can while C1 is being captured. This rooftop position is very strong behind that Allure shield, but does end up going down. The flip-flop is in. C1's in the control of the defense, but C2 is lost in exchange.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really smart move from TXD. Legacy,
Now it just seems really flipped and weird. For a second, TXD had such good control over it, really, the entire map, and now it's just flipped, and everyone's really scattered.
Easier to retake. So may see another swap. We're finally starting to see that tug of war I always talk about on these broadcasts of a flip-flop of points until one side finally relents. This artillery strike, it looks like, is landing, by the way, directly on the heads of TXD on C2, which may give them enough breathing room to.
Chad, I appreciate you guys hanging out with the late night tourney stream. You know,
close this out.
after this, I'm going to bed. But I do appreciate you guys. I'll be streaming normally today again. We're gonna play some Battlefield, obviously.
But just being down in firepower is hurting them so much.
Got some stuff to talk about with weapons, perhaps, as well.
Sometimes they're getting pressured, right? Sometimes they're very close to losing their vehicles, but never. It just never happens.
Yeah, it doesn't happen, but also, without vehicles, DNI still holding. C2 going back to the defense. C1, they're going to flip-flop again. C1 going to be picked up by the attackers. I'll be curious to see what DNI decides to do here. Are they going to try to contest C1 or just be content about flip-flopping?
Jeez.
It looks like Dead Dog is actually marked likely C2 for a capture here. This is a smart move. They need the score desperately. We got to get bodies on the point. Actually, Dead Dog by himself is on the point capturing C2. He knows he can. The rest of his team's going to pressure C1 to keep the attack there. They're going to
like a lot of bodies in C1.
That will net
yeah.
Score probably to call in, I think, their first vehicle.
This fucking bow, dude. This bow is such bullshit, man.
Right? The same game plan. Push towards C1 while we have C2 in case the attack does start to put pressure onto C2. Look at this. All of their efforts have been thwarted.
Kay and
So
Takeshi, thanks so much for the Twitch Prime, man.
Around the map and see many of the green team
We're out
members
of position
alive.
here. We're out of position here. I mean, maybe they go for the retake as the attackers leave the point is what they're thinking. Maybe they're just trying to infinitely trade until they win the war of attrition. I don't love this position. If they're just winning all the gunfights, it works though. The attackers get pretty aggressive into where the respawn beacons are here on the outside of C1. That is exactly what they're doing. They're willing to take the trades here, and they're actually just straight up winning the gunfights. They are out-fragging their opponents with a little bit of extra cover. The attack get a little bit over-aggressive, and they're gonna lose both points. That was a big mistake from TXD to try to chow into a much easier position to hold. Wow, DNI finding some wins, still without a vehicle.
TXD
Flabbergasted at the fact that this defense is actually holding on
slowing down here a little bit.
That the vehicles were gonna be able.
They only have 100 tickets. I mean, obviously they can make a lot of, they can stretch that pretty well, but
Right, C1 is fell pretty early on.
DNI can win this on defense here.
Yeah, they're wasting a
Yeah,
lot
it's just
of
that they
time.
keep
DNI did a
trading.
really good job with
But obviously,
blocking
like,
their
it's,
aim.
you know, TXD is
Trade
bleeding
after
tickets.
trade after
Obviously,
trade means we're
DNI doesn't
back to
have
an even
any tickets, so
stalemate.
if you just keep trading like
And
this,
we're
you're gonna
down
eventually just straight up
nearly
lose.
90
All right, now
lives.
TXD has that same sort of map
Only
control
C1 to show for it.
they had
DNI sets up the same line.
previously,
They set
but
up this position
well,
from
it's not
inside
quite
of
the
this
same
area.
because DNI has this
Small
little
section of
courtyard
the
area
city.
here.
This
But
time the
there goes
attackers are
TXD's
finding
infantry,
ground. This time the attackers are winning the
just
gunfight.
running in there.
This could be the beginning of a disaster, but so many revives here. Look at all the medics coming in, picking people back up, keeping up the aggression. They want to keep the fight outside of C1. If they're able to keep the fight outside of C1, they will always have control over C2 and therefore win the war of attrition. TXD knows it though. They've got a big flanking squad coming over here on the respawn beacons on the right side. Look right here. Veronica, the hero of last map, and DG Delta trying to hold down this off angle.
Yeah. I mean, the stronghold here, right? This little compound is where DNI have kind of staked a stronghold towards, and that's why they've been able to transition over to C1 very, very quickly. Here we go. The
vehicle,
score is
I'll make it
saved
two.
up.
Oh,
They caught them
wow.
all at the same exact time in hopes that they would not get destroyed
Gonna break
out
all
of
of
the
them?
sky.
No
One
way.
does, but they do net
Oh.
two vehicles in the process. They do have to repair them just a little bit. A lot of process to do, but the lure rocket is going to come in. If it hits, if it connects, I think it'll find the destruction. It does not.
Took them long enough. Welcome back. DNI finally with a tank.
That's a lot.
Assault vehicle stays alive at least for a moment as well. In the meantime, though, look at the offensive line. It's pushed through C1.
So many
into the
defenders
area
on
they were holding.
C2
They
right
can
now.
Oversell on the vehicles, so now everybody's
looks like a
scores
Vehicle's
are
gone, though.
all of green on C2, and all in here from the attack could either yield a win or maybe yield a loss. If they lose their vehicles, they need to be careful while also staying extremely aggressive. TXD have a chance to put this game away right now with the way this defense is trapped on C2.
Tank is still alive all the way in the back, right? So they called in 3 vehicles, they have 1 left.
73 tickets.
Sky, one of them was lost on C2. C2 is still in the hands
This
of the
next
defender.
fight
But
is
look at this.
super
Finally, the tank is
important.
starting to get active. These guys have been playing way back in the
That,
field.
oh my god,
Finally starting
that
to
tank
get
in mid is
towards
super
the
hurt.
point, but
That tank,
as a
this tank's gonna die.
result, is at risk of getting destroyed. One more rocket.
No way it
Hazard
lives.
Please do not let this tank get away for free. What?
No way it lives.
How did Allure Rocket not finish that one up? Insane to stay alive there from Zombra. A big win for them. I gotta shout out that artillery strike. I can't understate enough how much that zoned off C2. The artillery strike landing on and around the point, forcing the infantry to seek shelter indoors. It doesn't actually net a kill, but it gave the defense enough breathing room to actually expand back out of C2, expand back out onto the map. You can see Stacks, Artyom, the MVP squad over and over again, the Slayers, the Intraman, they have retaken C1 at least for a moment.
Trading again.
Just by the guns
Flipping
in their
the points
hands.
over and over again.
Impressive stuff from this roster. There's a reason they're the MVP squad over and over
TXT has to
again.
lock it
They
in,
did
man. You can't
200
be.
kills just as a squad of 4 last time around.
I don't know what to do.
They are the thorn in the side of TXT.
Yeah, but they're going from Slayers
Slight chokeage here.
to trying to win out
Maybe.
the hide and seek game. The tank destroyers trying to sniff them out. But look at the time that they are able to go ahead and expend for their team, right? Keep them busy. But this is a little worrisome. C1, that's been their hope. That's been what they've been kind of crutching onto. C1's no longer an option. We just saw them go down over here, and C2's under heavy attack.
Both teams calling in artillery strikes, it looks like, on C2. It's going to be utter chaos around that point. Vehicles finding a lot of value now on the backside. Zombra keeping this tank alive. Such a huge boon for this team. C2 finally reaches neutral while C1 is still in control. This is the farthest
they
the attack
might
has
have
gotten,
this.
and Dead Dog knows it.
Unless they just lose all their fights.
Down. We've got urgent redeployment for the defense as well. There's going to be a lot of bodies on the point, and maybe that's good news when this guided missile lands. About to change the game, about to win the game. The defense in trouble. They're trying to find some motion onto C1 to save the day. Missile will land. Zombra goes down. The missile connects on only the commander, Dead Dog.
C1 back cap though.
The beacon's still alive.
Again.
And picks up 5 respawns. Where is it?
Respawn beacon on C1.
On C1. Look at this
Oh,
defensive
no.
trade. So well executed, but another
And
guided
another one
missile
goes
lands
Another
on
guided
the
missile.
attack. They've been racking up the score.
Will this kill
from
them if they're
those
inside?
vehicle operators.
Yes.
Defense in
Oh,
complete
they could.
control of C1, but this missile could change the game. It's landing directly on C1. If another missile lands on C1, that
only got 2 of them.
point will fully collapse. Could make this a 1 capture sector point for the last 50 lives.
Amongst all the chaos, all of the vehicles have been destroyed for both sides. There's another guided missile being called in right now. If that's going to land on C1, it's going to destroy it. C2 right now is in full control of TXD. If this one lands, if they do not get on the C2, they are going to win. They're going to have a little bit of time to get on the C2, I do believe, which is why the strategic beacon does get played. Under heavy attack, it's going to collapse. You can see right there, they're under time pressure now. They got to work towards C2. As you can see, the flood's trying to come in, but it's all red towards C2. They're not
so
playing the
you can
defensive side of
actually
things.
straight up break it.
Another
So
guided
Yes,
missile
yes.
from Boone B. It's going to be landing here soon, but 2 strategic beacons being placed down on the C2 right now. The defensive side is trying to make something happen. Urgent deployment on both sides. Guided missile doesn't need to land. There we go. TXD 1-1.
Wow.
They even up the series.
1-1. They finally just get that prio on that point, and they just finally hold it, win all those fights.
All I see is relief.
Double or
side
triple
of
guided
TXD.
missile C1 and make it a 1-point sector.
They've been racking up the
Does it work on
score
every map, or
for
is it
that
just that
very
I think
moment.
just that map, I'm pretty sure.
A great strategy, a classic one, and one that I'm wondering now if DNI was worried about.
Much closer than I thought. I thought
DNI
this would
maybe
be
conceding A,
way
Yes.
maybe allowing Sector B to go quicker, not wanting to invest too much because they don't want a long game because of that strategy right there. Either way you look at it though, great trades from DNI. What was a rough map for them turned into a great one. They held Sector C for 120 some odd lives. But when you collapse one of the points in a 2-point sector, and you don't have control over the correct point, they scrambled so hard and couldn't get it done this time around.
Yeah, DNI
on the defense right there.
Yo, Trigger.
It looked like they
What's up,
just
dog?
fell apart. A completely different
Thanks for the raid,
team
man.
I feel like we saw on the attacking side.
Seen some
just one
absolutely
game ago.
insane games.
Never really had a
Like,
stakehold in the vehicle game. It appeared, right? They kind of
there's just so much strategy going on. I'm being
but
strategized.
they were seemingly saving their score for something. Maybe it was just the constant flow of artillery barrages and deployments and beacons being placed down that was required to kind of try to hold on to the fence.
I'm on the
but
Artisan now,
EXD
Solus. I'm on
not making it
the
easy.
what is it? Zero soft XL.
That's one of those plays that's in the strategic playbook. and
I
has
almost
been
bought-
in the
I almost bought the
strategic
extra
playbook
soft.
Since this has been released, that you could destroy C1. It is kind of a classic strategy.
Hashtag
It's one that
ad.
clubs is
The
very
ad's
difficult to
over.
pull off 'cause you're not that
It was 2
coordinated.
hours.
But you do see it pretty often, actually. And I know D&I was thinking about it. It's just interesting when you think about this map and the way it was executed. Again, D&I did a really good job of trading back and forth. But this moment right here, I think, is one of the more frustrating ones. You lose one of your vehicles, and then you end up losing all of them. And I think from the defensive side, the main mistake, frankly, obviously the trade here, just unfortunate. The missiles come in, they execute a perfect plan.
Zero with extra
The
cat
real
hair, yeah.
problem is that you allowed it to get to this point. We don't destroy the vehicles of the attacking side fast enough. They rack up a crazy amount of score, and then they're able to drop however many missiles that they want at the end. Still a pretty solid hold. Actually ended up being about 100.
I don't do any sponsors I don't want to do though. That's really important to understand about me.
As expected, folks, we are headed to game 3.
Oh man, I don't know if I can make it for game 3, chat. I need to go to bed.
This is going to be very fun indeed. Only the second time this tournament we've gone to game 3.
Okay, we got a couple things to say about this tiebreaker, by the way.
Okay.
This is the first time actually ever in this competition. One of the first times I've ever seen where both sides win the attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair.
So the way this tiebreaker works, I'll probably re-describe it and explain it.
Time is it there?
Kind of a lot of
4
content
a.m.
here. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made.
Like
The way this
3:40,
tiebreaker works is
3:49.
pretty simple though. Whoever did
Time, it's
better
EP time.
gets an advantage.
That's what time it is.
Technically speaking, the way you determine who did better is who captured all the points faster.
Yep.
That was definitely TXD.
Yeah.
By a mile, frankly.
I think I
So
am gonna
because
make
of
the
that,
correct
TXD
call
can have
here.
advantage. Now,
I think
the way
I
that
am.
works is they get to choose.
I'm
They
gonna make
can
the-
either choose the map, or they can choose to
I'm gonna make the
elect
correct
a
decision
side after the map.
and I don't think I'm gonna call it here. So. Appreciate Delta Force.
That's an interesting way of doing the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I was listening at the end there. I think I'm really tired. I need to go to bed, so I think I am gonna head out though, Mr. Otter.
That's all good.
All right, brother.
Well, it was a pleasure co-streaming with you. And
It was fun. It was really fun. I did have fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'll catch you around, man.
Yeah. See you, dude.
Yep.
All right. Need to sleep so I don't perma-tilt. Fucking stream Battlefield tomorrow. Appreciate Delta Force sponsoring the stream. I did have a lot of fun. It's, fucking crazy games. Battlefield tomorrow. New video I think comes out in like 10 minutes. I don't know. I need to take a look at that. But I'll be live normal time-ish. Maybe a little bit later tomorrow. Appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys, well, today. I'll see you guys again today. Oh, if you guys want to watch the rest of the series, here you go. For the people that are complaining. here's the link for the rest of the series. Sorry, guys. All right. Now you guys can watch the rest of the series if you want. And I'll see you guys today.